Hello, hey, son. Welcome to my Nordic arc. It's official. It's official. I'm in my Nordic arc now. I don't know if is it really an arc because like technically I started engaging with Nordic languages in 2015, which is more than a decade ago. So like I'm not starting a new arc per se, but continuing a previous arc that was left off. It's like some character, some storyline in the TV show that was very interesting in the first season or two, and then they just get put into they just put away for like I don't know 6 seasons, and then they come back afterwards, and they have like they come back with the what's the term? They return with the passion. No, what's I forgot the phrasing. With revenge. Wait, to come back bigger and better than ever. I forgot how it's common to phrase that in like popular parlance, but someone will let me know in the comments, in the chat. I'm quite sure of it. So I was hoping to have my Lunds Universitet t-shirt on for this, but it turns out that a lot of my, especially summer clothes, are nowhere to be found. So alas, I've got my polyglot gathering from that's 2 years ago. That's not even last year. I wonder where's mine from last year. So, you know what? If I find it at some point before I go to do the thing that I'm about to tell you guys, I think some of you already know, but some of you might not know. If I find it, I'm going to put it back on. Yeah, I'm still quite proud of that t-shirt, even though I've had it for 10 years. I'm sure it's around. It's probably like somewhere in the bottom of a drawer or something. Hey, Ludwig. I'm going to say that with a Swedish accent now. Ludwig. Hello, Sidhu from India. Hello, wie geht's, Amr? Vikings language. Yeah, hey, hell yeah. I'm going full Viking now. Yeah, I'm going to be the Welsh Viking. Oops. Copyright infringement. Sorry. Sorry, Jimmy. I'm kind of stealing your thunder there. If anyone knows the Welsh Viking, to tell him I'm sorry. I'm sort of that's been my thing. Like the first foreign language after English that I got really good at was a Viking language, and then the language that I'm most famous for speaking is Welsh. So what can I say? I've actually met him. If you guys know who he is, I think not meet in the like connection sense. I saw him and I was like, wait, is that who I think it is? He's a lot taller than I thought, and then I wasn't sure, so I didn't actually talk to him. And then afterwards I messaged him on Instagram. Are you hello, Rapsine Manx? Long time no see. Back with a vengeance. Thank you. I'm gonna do this again. This might be part of my video because I'm too lazy to actually film the video, so I'm just gonna like take some clips from the stream and put it together as a video again. And it's back with a vengeance. That's a bit. That's gonna go in the video. I'm actually recording this. So thank you, Sarah, for helping me out. What can I say? I'm gonna have to like quickly do a recap of what's going on because I did explain it last time when I explained why that was the last Uyghur stream, but not everyone's here, so I'll do that. He was teaching math and didn't even go to the count. What count? Get to C2 Swedish the stream. No, I'm at A0 now, so at most I'm gonna get to C1, not C2, sadly. Honestly, I don't know how much I can even learn within, not learn, but like relearn within the 3 weeks. I'll talk about what I've done so far, which is again gonna be part of my video. So thanks for being part of that recording. It is actually not as bad as I thought. It's just mainly the output bit that's a bit more challenging. This stream won't end until I reach C2 Swedish. That's going to take 3 years, right? I'm so happy you're learning Swedish. That's one language that's on my list, so you're inspiring to start learning it. Okay, you know what? I will do the full explainer now. So, my background with Swedish. I learned Swedish shortly before I went to Sweden in 2015. Back then, I had been learning German at uni for 2 years. So I was quite okay at German. At least, I mean, I was pretty good compared to what the course was teaching me. I was not a very comprehensive course. I did a lot of work on my own. So my German's pretty okay. And then before I went to Sweden for my exchange year, I spent a month in Germany doing like a, because it was my first time solo in Europe, right? So I was, I'm going to do some crazy traveling. So I interrailed all over Germany. And throughout that interrailing process, I learned Swedish. And not like talking to people in Germany, no, but I just like, I read a book and then I basically capitalized on my knowledge of German to help me learn Swedish as quickly as possible. And then after I arrived in Sweden, I think 2 months later, pretty much, I arrived in like August, and then I did an exam in October called the TESUS. So Test i Svenska för universitetsstudier, something along those lines. It enables me, I can't English now, it enables me to study in Swedish in Sweden. And for some miraculous reason I passed. So, and that's test is not strictly correspondent. That test is not strictly aligned with the CFR, but I've seen people saying that it is roughly on a C1 level. So guess what? I actually did manage to learn a language in 3 months to a C1 level, technically speaking, even though I don't feel like I did. I think I got lucky at the exam. Not lucky, but like I had good exam skills, which is what has been the story of my life. And then I just spoke Swedish throughout my year in Sweden. Not all the time, because that's another thing with living in Scandinavia. It's quite hard to break into the circles that people already have with the locals, because lots of people knew each other. It's a small country. So I didn't make a crazy number of Swedish friends that would speak Swedish to me, but I did keep speaking it throughout the year. And I also started studying Swedish at the university. No, studying in Swedish. So I mainly did 2 courses in Swedish. The rest of my courses were like courses for exchange students, so like they were in English. But I did 2 courses in Swedish. One of them was a music and society course, and that was very difficult because it was proper academic stuff, and we had to like read and then discuss, some sociological things in Swedish. And I think the hardest thing for me was the reading was all in English, because Swedish is a smallish language. All the reading was in English, but then we would have to discuss that in Swedish, which was what ultimately made me give up, because it was really challenging. So after I forgot how many weeks, a certain number of weeks, I was like, no, I'm just gonna drop out. I'm gonna quit this course. I had a good time, a very challenging but interesting time trying to talk on the same level as like actual native speakers on the university level, but gave up. But then not afterwards, but at the same time, I also did a course in phonetics in Swedish. So, and that went much better, because phonetics is relatively, simple, straightforward. The teacher was actually German, ironically, who spoke Swedish with a German accent. We were talking about Swedish phonology and phonetics, and then the teacher was struggling with saying some Swedish sounds, which was interesting. And that's it. That was mainly my story with learning and using Swedish. And then what happened was basically I left it out in the cold for 10 years, literally. And then so my Swedish is extremely dormant now. And as I've explained before, it really didn't help that I afterwards learned Welsh to a really good level. And I still can't be sure whether it's because Welsh and Swedish sound somewhat similar, which it could be the case, because like someone commented on my last stream saying that I sounded like I was speaking Swedish with a Welsh accent, which I absolutely wasn't, because my Swedish pronunciation is pretty good, I think. That could be the case, or simply my brain just decided to put those two in the same box. And so my Welsh has absolutely crushed my Swedish like to the smithereens. Initially, it was like pretty, it was struggling. It was somewhere in the back of my head. And then Welsh came in and was like, nope, this is my space now. So Swedish, go away. So probably somewhere even deep in my head. And so now I need it. Hello. How is everyone doing? A South Korean guy just got accidentally elected member to the Senate. He won the seat. Oh, cool. Is that accidental? Are you learning Swedish? Yes, I'm actually trying to learn Swedish before, but I found the sound system quite hard and immediately gave up. At least Swedish is easier than Uyghur. I mean, absolutely is. I said I learned it in 3 months. I will get back to the Asian side of things at some point. I do want to diversify. I don't like to only know Indo-European languages, specifically European languages. It's not that I have a necessity, a need to have a really diverse portfolio, but it's in my interest. Not in my interest. I'm interested in learning more different languages. I find it boring to learn the same thing again and again. Lots of people do that because it's easier, which it is. Like, the 10 million polyglots out there. Not 10 million. Okay, let's say 10,000. Speak French, Spanish, Portuguese, Italian. All power to them. I know it takes a lot of effort. It actually is quite difficult to learn similar languages, but I find it boring to do it. So like, unless I need to, I would just try to avoid learning similar languages. So I'm like, I want to go into like more like, especially parts of the world where I'm less familiar with. So I know East Asia, I know Europe. Now I kind of want to explore the middle bit, but as I was saying, as I explained later, and I will re-explain in a little bit, I have to enter my Viking arc now. Alles gut. Reform Aston Senna's paper. What? He learned he got elected. I think learning Swedish is to find similar words to English because both languages are Germanic languages. Yeah, it's actually so when you know German and learn Swedish, it's basically like on easy mode. It's German simplified. Okay, so why do I need to revive my Swedish? For one, I honestly I have been meaning to do that for a long time. I just didn't have a good motivation to do that because, I have new and shiny things to explore, new languages, and also non-language things, such as, I recently recorded a piece of mine that had lain there unrecorded for years, and now I finally got the time to do that because I was pressed to. So I just never got back to brush up my Swedish again. It takes time. You need to do a lot of practice, intentional practice, and also passive input, hours and hours of input. Until now, I finally have to because, as I've explained, I will be going to Iceland in less than a month to study Icelandic through Swedish. Actually, I think I put in the formal application. I'll explain. So I was offered the opportunity to study Icelandic in Swedish for free. So the course will be paid for, accommodation will be paid for. I just paid for the flights and living costs and things. In exchange for me, just documenting my journey, like what I have done in Lithuania, talking about the language basically, which is something I always love to do. I'm always looking for excuses to talk about different languages. Usually I do that when I go to a country for a trip or something, but when you visit the place for a week, you don't really understand the place that well. So this is an incredible opportunity that I get to be there for a couple of weeks, learn the language and also learn about the language and the culture. So I'm looking forward to it. I couldn't not take the opportunity. But the hard thing is, one of the hard things is I have to brush up on my Swedish to actually go there and function on the same level, at least in terms of learning a new language, on the same level as a native speaker. It's actually, the course is called like Icelandic for language and culture for Nordic people apparently. So maybe there might be some like Norwegians and Danes in there who happen to, they understand Swedish, so they learn through Swedish. Maybe that could be a thing that happens. I actually met someone recently who is a heritage speaker of Danish, and then I busted out my very sophisticated, proficient fake Danish that I trained over 1 year of being in Sweden. Because when you live in Sweden, making fun of the Danes is basically a national sport. So like every other day I hear someone like faking some Danish, and I heard it so much that I could kind of speak Danish. So it was obvious that I didn't actually speak it well, but I could fake some of it and then impress people, and not impress, but like surprise people. They were like, wait, do you actually speak it, or are you like faking it? Because I don't look like I speak Swedish either, right? It wouldn't be as surprising if I had if I looked like a Viking and then spoke some Danish with a Swedish accent. Måske. Anyone know? Google it. I mean, you should know. If you're a big true fan, you should know Reptiline Manx. I'm C2 in both English and German, so I should understand 90% of... Are you Swedes? Are you C2? Interesting, very dormant language. Yes, very, indeed. Studying Icelandic through Swedish. Yeah. Would you want to learn Norwegian? I actually learned some Norwegian before I learned Swedish. I didn't really properly learn it, but I went through some materials, and on the last stream, I actually accidentally spoke some Norwegian when I was trying to speak Swedish, because I've watched a lot of Norwegian things on Netflix and also on YouTube. I like Norwegian content. The MTU bit is pretty good, the show, and also like the Ragnarök show is pretty good. It's not amazing, but it's good. And you know, when I'm watching Netflix, I always try to watch something in a different language. It's kind of a curse. I can't in good conscience watch things in English unless I also put some subtitles in German on. So I watch a lot of Norwegian Netflix, and it's pretty good. I actually prefer Norwegian Netflix to Swedish Netflix. I don't know any show that I really enjoyed in Swedish at all. And then I followed, I don't know if you guys know the French girl who became really fucking good in Norwegian and then has a YouTube channel about it. What's her name? Elise? Something along those lines? And I think she's been teaching Norwegian, and also she relatively recently started like a, I mean, she calls it a podcast. I would characterize that as like long form yapping at the camera kind of video, and it's all in Norwegian, and I really enjoyed it. So I've just been listening to lots of Norwegian, so that's why I've some Norwegian in my head. I could kind of accidentally, I can't do it on purpose, but it comes out when I say things like vennen min or something, because in Swedish it would mean ven, but vennen min. Jeg vet, I can't do it on purpose. Jeg kan ikke snakke norsk. I can do a bit of Danish. Jeg kan ikke snakke dansk, men jeg kan forstå meget dansk. You know, the classics. And yeah, studying Icelandic through Swedish is pretty much like studying Swedish through German, but reversed. Because Icelandic, I mean, I said Swedish is German simplified, which is like kind of true, because Swedish has more German loanwords than Norwegian and Danish, if you didn't know. But Icelandic is literally Swedish traditional, right? Icelandic is very similar to Old Norse, and Old Norse was literally, you know, the ancestor of Swedish, Norwegian, and Danish. So it is like Viking traditional versus I speak Viking simplified. So I imagine lots of things will be familiar, just minus lots of loan words, because Icelandic had a thing with linguistic purism where they just purged a bunch of foreign words, whether from French or German or whatever, and replaced them with new words that they made up in English, in Icelandic. So those words will be unfamiliar, but I think, you know, Viking words will be familiar, Germanic ones in general, and the structure will be relatively familiar. They've got more cases. When I say more, I mean more than zero, because, you know, Swedish has zero. So they've got cases, they've got lots of declension, they've got the endings change, but like nothing too scary for someone who speaks Polish. It just takes time, you know. The annoying thing is probably because Scandinavian languages have a thing where the definite article is at the end. So instead of like the boy, you stick the at the end of boy, and it's like boider, one word. So guy in Swedish is killer, so it's killen, with the N at the end. What is boy? I don't remember the word for boy. I remember the word for guy, because that's what we talk about. Like girls would be tjejer, tjejerna. What a flicka would be like an actual little girl, not like my age kind of girl. I know I say guys and girls, but not boys and girls. But in Icelandic they do that as well, except the ending also changes by case. So you have like 4 cases times without the definite article and with the definite article times how many 3 genders, right? I think 3 genders. So that's a Swedish on hard mode. I looked at Scandi languages once. I got too scared. They're easy. The hardest thing about learning Scandi languages is getting them to speak it to you, because there's the, what I've always called the Scandi treatment, where people refuse to speak their language to you. They just, literally unconsciously keep speaking English to you. That's the hardest part about learning Swedish, more than anything else. I'm not C2 German, but understanding and comprehension-wise, very good. Learning languages through other languages. Yeah, I've always wanted to learn languages through other languages, which has not been easy because there's just less resources in other languages. And when they offered me this opportunity to do the course, they said you could do it in Swedish now or do it in English next year. And honestly, deep down, I mean, there's lots of things to consider, but deep down, I really want to do them on the Swedish because it's just, it's a fun challenge to learn it through a language that I've learned on my own. It would help me brush up my Swedish, and force me to brush up my Swedish rather. And also I would save a lot of time, because if I was to study Icelandic through English, I would have to learn a lot of things that I already know because of Swedish. But if I learn it through Swedish, I wouldn't have to do that. It's like if you speak any kind of Chinese, definitely learn Japanese through Chinese, because otherwise, you would have, people would try to teach you all the kanji that you already know. So it's the same idea. So yeah, I have I actually done this in any other language? I don't think I've done that. It's mostly through English. I've tried to do new languages through languages I've learned, but I haven't really managed to do that in any other language, I think. No. I mean, unless you count trying to learn Hong Kong Sign Language through British Sign Language, which I have not officially started doing yet. So I don't know. I was hanging out with some Hong Kong deaf people last night. We were mostly signing British Sign, but one of them was like just okay in British Sign, and the other one was like very rudimentary. So it was a lot of like language mixing, and I was like, please teach me some of your language. It's a bit awkward because like I can't request that they teach me for free. It's just not fair unless we're really good friends, which I mean, we're okay friends, not like amazingly good friends. But also I don't see any other way of learning their language other than asking them, because like I can't go to any course. And it feels wrong to simply watch some YouTube videos. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. Do we think podcasts have to be interview form? It's not a video essay. No, podcasts absolutely do not have to be interviews. I don't know. It's more self-categorized. I think, I don't know. It just doesn't, because like what makes, if a person just grabs a mic and talks at the camera for 1 hour, to what extent is that a podcast? And to what extent is that just, a longer version of like the classic YouTube video, right? I mean, what's a line between them? Traditionally, podcasts were audio only, but that's long been broken. So that's not a rule anymore. So I don't know. I don't think there is a clear line, but it's just, I think that podcast series is pretty much like riding the blurry line between the two. I personally don't really listen to like podcasts with interviews. I guess podcasts are audio first. I guess that's a definition, maybe. With minimal video editing. In that case, then that podcast series does fit this definition. I don't know. I started listening to podcasts before they had video. Danish counting system is weird. It starts like 0 into 49. I'm gonna parrot an argument that my friend uses. My friend says Danish numbers are not really vigesimal, so like base 20, because Danish numbers, the 10s, the 50s, 70s, 90s, they're weird, but then the way they function is you just simply say, 3 plus 50, 4 plus 60, 5 plus 70, you don't, it's not like in French. In French, you actually say, 60 plus 11, 60 plus 15, or like 80 plus 12, 80 plus 17, So French actually has some elements of the base 20 system. You actually count, you stay on 60 until you reach 19. So 60, 61, 62, and then 60, 10, 60, 11, 60, 12, 60, 60, 16, 60, 19, and then 80. That's base 20. But Danish doesn't do that. It simply goes, 50 is weird, but it's just 50, 49, and then 50, 51, 52, and so on. Poiken? Oh yeah, it's Poiken. Thank you. Yeah, it's coming back to me. I'll talk more about how I've been doing it and my progress in a little bit. It's quite a unique feeling to relearn a language. It's unlike anything that I've done with languages before. It's really weird. I have a question about Hong Kong sign. How does fingerspelling work? It's fingerspelling is American fingerspelling. You fingerspell things that you can fingerspell. You don't fingerspell things that you can't fingerspell, if that makes sense. So if I actually prefer it that way, to be very honest. In languages that you can fingerspell, such as English, or most languages in the world, it's very easy to end up being dependent on fingerspelling. I don't know how to say this. I'm just going to spell it out for you and hope that you understand the English word. Whereas in Hong Kong sign or Chinese sign, or I guess Taiwan sign as well, maybe that's the only ones. If you don't know the sign for something, you just have to find a way of expressing it. Which, the best way would be try to talk about it, to describe it, which is it's a thing that I try to do when I'm learning a language. If I don't know the word for it, I try my best to talk around it, to express that meaning, rather than, for example, jag glömde ordet för boy, så jag kommer att säga det engelska ordet. So I forgot the word for boy in Swedish, so I'm gonna say the English word. That's lame, If I was speaking Swedish and I forgot the word for boy, I would say something like en ung kille, en ung man, a young man. I would do that, and that's what you basically have to do in languages like Hong Kong sign. Unless you write it on your phone, which is something that we've done quite a few times last night as well. Like, just type it. They can type pretty well. I've heard like older deaf people would actually write it, and then I'm like, no, I can't read that. I can't read that shit. But I think someone actually did that. Well, not as in like writing for others to see. So last night I was talking to the Hong Kong deaf people, and there was some point when someone fingerspelled something in English, and then the Hong Kong deaf person, they got all the letters but not the word. So they were like, oh wait, give me 1 second, and then they like wrote out the English word on table, like using the finger, and then they got the word. So that's interesting. That's how they've visualized it. Definitely audio first. Yeah. Do you hear that car noise outside? I don't know. French numbers took me forever to learn. Yeah, I think I'm better now. As this is my I guess my language learning update. I'm pretty close to finishing reading that really thick and artsy-fartsy French book. I'm so glad. I mean, I enjoy it, but also it is tough. It's a lot of very sophisticated terms about art. But the point is, I feel like I'm a lot better at French numbers now, because there's so many years in them, like 1969 or something. So every time I see a year, I would just actually say it aloud in French. So now I'm actually quite a bit faster with those complicated French numbers now. It makes it even more confusing. Getting the visual language, you can describe it visually, but surely there's certain things that are hard to explain when you're learning. You know, you just have to find a way around it. How do you think deaf people who haven't learned a spoken language communicate? They find a way, you know? And that's how they all do it. Except, you know, unless we have to actually write it out. You prefer to describe stuff, but sometimes I feel like I get really stuck, so I feel like in Hong Kong sign would be even more challenging. It's a skill. It's an actual skill. I can't sign Hong Kong sign. I really hoped I will be able to learn. You know, I actually thought that today, maybe after the main bit of the stream, I might also learn some Hong Kong sign on stream, because why not? It's like a little extra, a bonus. Obviously, you can write it, but I was communicating with someone like my teacher. Sometimes he doesn't know the specific word. Yeah, and then you talk around it. It's like that one time. I told the story once on stream, and I told it again last night to those deaf people. There was one time I was in Amsterdam, and I saw two deaf people signing to each other, and then I was like, oh, I wonder what language that was. And then I just kept watching them without really understanding. It looked a little bit like BSL, and it wasn't. So when I was about to leave, I went and asked them what language they were signing. So first of all, I did my best to stick to signs that would be more international, like this one for language. This is literally international sign, or ASL. And also, I recently learned, I've seen more international sign in the past week. So I know this for today. Or right. I mean, that's all ASL. Anyway, so I asked them what they were signing. We talked a little bit. I explained like where I'm from, where I live, and what I'm doing in Amsterdam. And I was quite conscious of what signs that Dutch deaf people would probably not know in BSL. So I would find a way to talk around it. So for example, I'm visiting Amsterdam. Like Amsterdam, I know that. But visit in BSL, I'm guessing that's probably BSL specific, because that's V's. I don't know. So I was like, how else could I say that? So I said, I flew to Amsterdam from England. So this is England. I flew to Amsterdam, and that worked. You know, that's quite a different thing to say, but that got the point across. And I think that's just kind of what you do. I think also having this kind of experience is really good for language learning, because you want to do that as well when you're learning even spoken languages. And I think it's a skill that's very much worth learning. And I'm glad the challenge is there, because when you're talking to deaf people, you have to find a way to do it, because you know that you can't just say it. It's not like when I talk to, you know, Swedish people, if I don't know the word in Swedish, like I could just say the English word, but I guess I could like mouth things, but that's not a very good option. And when I'm talking to deaf people, it's like, oh, please accommodate me, please. So that's only as a last resort. I did actually do that, by the way, a few times last night, because there was some things that like a British guy was signing that was like very complex and BSL, and then I was like, I'm just gonna translate that to Cantonese. I would just mouth the Cantonese and have them read it, because they're like they're fine anyway, especially the ones that grew up orally. I'm only level 1 standard. You learn that skill when you need it. How similar are BSL and Hong Kong sign? Completely unrelated, so completely different. BSL for care, yeah. It's these are eyes, you know, eyes. So eyes. Yeah, this is care. So eyes on you. Visit would be I take my eyes towards you and I visit you. Some people do this. I think that's London. London does this. And some people, I used to do this. When did I change? What the hell? I used to do this. I prefer this, actually. I'm going to go back. I don't know when I started doing this. I think lots of people do this and I started doing that as well. But this is visit. That's my favorite way to sign visit. This is London, and then this is another way that somehow I picked up. But this would be, because it's like I'm keeping my eyes on you, keep an eye on keeping 4 eyes on things, so taking care of or supervising, and so on. Visit was the same handshake separately, not crossed over. Yep, so separately, like this? Yeah, people do this as well, I think. Yeah, that's also a thing. That's so many different ways. I was going to ask how to say, I think there was one moment last night when I actually had to explain this to the Hong Kong people, but then I didn't end up asking how to sign that in Hong Kong sign. Yeah, there was a lot of like tangents just happening, like, deaf people just hear something like, oh, by the way, but there is this story that happened, and then there was also some moments when one person would be like, okay, good, wait, let me tell my story first, and then okay, you can tell yours. It's so funny. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about how I've been learning Swedish for the past week. Not a lot, but like I try to do some things, which I've notes for, because again, I'm too lazy to film the video, so this is my video. you get a preview of that video. So the main thing I've been doing to relearn Swedish is listening to podcasts, because as I always say, I'm a big believer of input, not as a way of learning necessarily, but as a way of consolidating and strengthening sort of mental connections in the head. So what I've started doing is bombard myself with podcasts in Swedish, and it's quite fun because I already am subscribed to lots of Swedish podcasts from 10 years ago, and some of them are still running, especially the ones from a public sender, the broadcasters. For example, some documentaries. So whenever I have to commute to Stockport, which is like a 50-minute ride on the bike, because I commute by bike, I would just put on one of the podcasts and listen. And it was such a weird feeling, because for one, I immediately understood pretty much as I did 10 years ago. My understanding hardly slipped. Like the words, they just came in my ears, like, yeah, I know what that means. I know what this entire sentence means. And there were some words I didn't know 10 years ago either, and I don't know now, obviously. And so that's fine. But like for all the words I knew 10 years ago, when I heard them, they would like fire off in my head right away without even a delay. And it's like they got dragged right out of the depths, back into the realm of the living, and that was a really weird and interesting feeling. And there were even some words that I had forgotten that I knew. Like I didn't know I knew the words. I'm like, oh wait, yeah, I knew that word 10 years ago. I totally forgot that word existed. But then when it came up, it's like, yeah, I know it, easy peasy. And so quite quickly, within like just half an hour of listening to Swedish, like easily dozens of words have come back into my consciousness, like from the back to the front. It's a bit like how they say, I think it's maybe Luca Lampariello who says that, when you learn a language to a good B2, you never lose it. It always comes back when you need it. And I think that's exactly what's happening now, because lots of other languages like Hebrew, I didn't get to this level. And so now, even when I hear it, I mean, there is to a certain extent a similar effect going on, but it's not as efficient and as effective. Like there's lots of things I just don't understand anymore in Hebrew. But in Swedish, because I got to at least a good B2 level, even though it was a decade ago, it all came back. So now my active Swedish vocabulary is currently, I guess, a few dozen. A few thousand passive, a few dozen active, but like it's really quick to convert the passive into the active, because they were active a long time ago. And so what I would do while I was on the bike and listening to the podcast was kind of shadowing. So I wasn't doing full shadowing, as in like listen to things and then repeat everything, which is a thing that I sometimes do. But in this case, it's more like just getting my mouth used to it again. It's more like, oh, there's a certain word. Either I want to practice saying that word, using it in a sentence, or I want to practice like physically saying those sounds, I would just repeat certain words or phrases or sentences while I was listening to the podcast. And I did notice that the muscle memory is pretty much there. Like the vowels in Swedish, they're quite specific, as some people have said. They say it sounds like, I don't know what they say it sounds like hur, the u. See, that took no effort to get the u back into position. It's just there. Like the vi har en bra I don't know what can I say, pojke, skola, schools. No, what's school in? See, I'm just gonna check. Is it? I think it's school. Skola. What is school? Skola. Yeah, I was right. Skola. So vi har en bra skola. Skola? No, don't use the back L. I explained the dark L in my last video. The l, it's not really a thing in Swedish. It's skola, la with the l, not the l. What else? The I, there's the I and the U. And what else? Vän. Vet, jag vet. Jag vet att det är sant. Det är sant. Vänta, hände. The what else? The o, u, I, what are the vowels? Yeah, so all the vowels, they just settled into place, which was again a really weird feeling when your muscles haven't done that for a long time, but then suddenly, it's like riding a bike for the first time in 10 years. Pretty much like that. Like you don't forget how to ride a bike, but you hop on one and it's like, wait, whoa, yeah, I can do this. Which I did that not long ago. I started cycling in the UK like half a year ago, and before that I hadn't cycled for ages and ages. So it was exactly like that. So I hopped on the bike and I was like, oh yeah, I can do this. I still know how to do this. Yeah, this is the one thing I've started doing. That's me with French, except I've started forgetting how to speak it, even though I've mostly understand it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much me. Yeah, so I understand it. I struggle with speaking it, which is something I'll be working on during the stream. I'll explain how afterwards. Yeah, so that the main story is just me going, oh, that's a word that I know, for like 1,000 times in 1 hour. And also another thing that I really wanted to make sure I relearn was like the little phrases. For example, the filler words like liksom, typ. Those are things that I was really used to saying back when I was using Swedish in my everyday life. And there was one time when I said that to someone, and then they were like, "Oh wow, you sound really natural when you use the filler words. You sound like you proper speak Swedish." So I don't have that habit anymore. So I'm trying to pick that back up. So I'll hopefully be doing a bit of that during the stream. So just use these filler words like liksom. By the way, did you know there is a place in the UK that's like literally cognate with liksom? I forgot what the name was. There's something like some. Yeah, there is a place name that's literally that, but the English version of it. Also, some other phrases would be like så att säga, so to say, or very, very common idioms like tack på förhand, so thanks in advance. Tack på förhand. Förhand would is forehand, I guess. Tack på förhand. Or visst, certainly, visst. Kind of filler word, or like what's the word? It strengthens your tone. So yeah, these things I wanted to make sure I relearn really quickly, more so than any other words, because I want to sound natural when I start to talk to people. När jag börjar prata med folk. Fuck. I did the thing again. I was speaking Swedish and halfway through my brain started giving me Welsh words. It keeps happening. How do I stop this happening? I was so close to saying när jag börjar prata över popple. Why? Varför händer det? Anyway. What else have I done? I have tried speaking Swedish to myself, especially there was one night when I was like lying in bed ready to go to sleep, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna talk to myself for half an hour in Swedish. Jag ska prata med mig själv på svenska i en halvtimme. This is so hard. I have to actively push away the Welsh words, which is especially hard because like I've been reading so much Welsh things for the past couple of days. But yeah, I was talking to myself in bed, and then when I needed some words, some of them would take like a good few seconds, some of them would just come back right away, like when it's in the context. And that's why I believe like how memory words when it comes to vocabulary is like in your brain you have like nodes of one word, and then there is a link to another word, and that would show up in the same context, or the two words are commonly used together, so you have a link between them. So normally when I try to think, oh, how do I say this word in Swedish, I can't come up with a word right away, but once I start a sentence that is related to this word, a sentence where you would normally use this word, that link would activate between the two words, and then that word would come to me right away when I need it. So that pretty much, again, I'm no neuroscientist, but I'm pretty sure that's how I feel like the words are stored in my head, and that's how I'm comfortable teaching people to learn languages in. So no new chat messages. Okay, now what I'm gonna do today is do some input and output, which I'm a bit, to be honest, quite a bit like nervous about, because I'm about to speak a language that I really can't speak pretty much at all. But it is what it is. That's kind of the whole point, right? That's my story of reviving my language. So I'll be very honest. I didn't used to watch a lot of Swedish YouTube. It was mainly like me using it in real life. And I haven't watched a lot of Swedish Netflix either. So I barely know any like content creators. But I was scrolling on my YouTube homepage, and then it recommended a YouTuber that I have been subscribed to for the past 10 years, but I have literally never watched. So I was like, I'm just gonna watch that on stream and call it a day. So I'm gonna watch like maybe one video by this creator, and maybe like another one from like the TV channel. It's like the comedy channel of the Swedish public broadcaster. It's SVT Humor. Yeah. Humor. And then while I'm watching those things, you can see how I do my like little semi-shadowing thing. And then on top of that, afterwards, I'll try to summarize what I'd watched, which is going to be the hard part, but it's something that I think has to be done. Yeah, that's the plan. Okay, so you're here along for the ride. All, I don't know, 14 of you at the moment. So you're here with me, watching me do this. If you don't speak Swedish, welcome to my world. Maybe you might be able to like understand some of it. Let me see which one I should start watching. I'm gonna just watch the newest video from this YouTuber that was published like this morning. That's a good plan. Yup. Okay. Switch over. No. Make it big.
Det här är Sveriges bästa.
There we go. Stinger. I forgot where he's from. I'm not very good with like Swedish accents. I know the southern accent, the skånska, but I don't know any other. I know Stockholm doesn't do the sjö. They do a sjö instead of a sjö, but I don't know any other accents. And I have been listening to the the language podcast by the Swedish broadcaster. There's a podcast called Språket, the language, where, again, it's been running for over a decade. And they talk a bit about that as well, different accents, but I haven't listened enough to actually know much about it. So we'll check this out. Oh, it's half an hour. Okay, I'm not going to watch the whole thing. I'm going to watch maybe like 10 minutes of it. We'll see. I didn't realize that was half an hour when I clicked it. That's fine. Let's go for it.
Det här är Sveriges bästa McDonalds.
Can I put subs on for you guys, maybe? I can avoid it. Can I like auto translate? Okay, that's for you guys. I'm gonna just listen to it, obviously. That's the whole point. It's auto-generated and auto-translated.
Och det här är Sveriges sämsta. Och idag ska jag äta mig...
Sämsta. Yeah, Swedish has a thing where they have two different worse. Like the worse as in more bad and worse as in less good. So värre or värst, worse and worst. And then sämre and sämst. So less good and least good.
Genom båda för att en gång för alla ta reda på om det faktiskt spelar någon roll vart i Sverige
Spela någon roll.
Du beställer din Big Mac.
First of all, hi there. I don't know Swedish whatsoever, but I'm excited to see what I understand. Do you know any related languages other than English? We'll see.
Väl där inne såg jag en levande råtta. För jag läste om att den var Sveriges sämsta McDonalds.
Levande va? Again, I did the Welsh thing again. Levande va?
Väl där inne såg jag en levande råtta.
Rotta? Oh, is that a rat? Maybe? Rotta?
För jag läste
rat.
om att den var Sveriges sämsta McDonalds. Jag kommer ranka dem på service, mat och lokalen. Men för att slippa köra genom Sverige helt ensam så har jag ringt. Jag kommer ranka dem på service.
Service. That's English word. Service.
Mat och lokalen. Men för att slippa köra genom Sverige helt ensam så har jag ringt och väckt min kompis Tobias. God morgon min vän.
Hej Manfred.
Har du sovit gött? Det hoppas jag. För vi ska på ett riktigt äventyr idag.
Äventyr idag.
Vi ska skoj.
Yeah, it's quite different from listening to her podcast, that's for sure. Yeah, casual spoken Swedish, that's a different thing.
Och mat kommer förtäras i mängder.
Jaså?
Men det är också en lång roadtrip framför oss. Lång.
Vart ska vi?
Lång va?
Det är också en lång roadtrip framför oss.
Roadtrip. English word again. Oh my god. It's like when my Welsh friend like uses English words and I'm like, what's that word again? Oh, it's English with a really strong Welsh accent. Every time I miss it.
Och vi börjar med att åka till Sveriges bästa McDonalds. Men först...
I can't do the... One of the reasons I liked Swedish was that you don't have to trill it. You could do Sverige. There's a lot of people who do like redan rather than redan.
Måste vi ta reda på. Vad är det som gör att en McDonalds är så bra? Kan du kolla recensioner och se vad folk har sagt om den?
Jag är på väg.
Ja, bra, du har sån koll på läget.
De har 450 reviews.
Koll på läget.
De flesta har lagt 5
koll. Ja, du har koll. Yeah, you have a koll. Kolla, we check out. Du har koll på läget. You have an understanding, a grasp of the situation.
Är det så?
What we're watching. So it's about the worst McDonald's in Sweden, apparently. That's all I know. I haven't watched this creator in 10 years, and so I've just clicked on his latest video. You can read the subtitles.
Det är ju faktiskt märkligt att man går till McDonalds och väljer bild på Google i alltså toppbetyg.
För då måste man vara väldigt nöjd.
Betyg. Oh, betyg. It's like a review, I guess, because that's what you would have on your certificate, a betyg.
För om man ska ge betyg, det är man antingen väldigt
Ja, man tror problem med mixing flera olika språk. Oh my god, I understood that without a single problem. I just got it. That's crazy. I hate this. I don't know why I do it. I need to stop doing it. I guess I also believe that learning similar languages is a challenge because you have, for example, you learn Spanish and you learn Portuguese and then you learn how to not speak Portuñol, and that's the hardest thing. And even though Swedish and Welsh are not similar, not in terms of the structure, but I guess because the sounds are similar, I need to learn how to not speak Swedish and Welsh. And the worst thing about this is I have a good friend who is a native Welsh and quasi-native Swedish speaker because he went to school in Sweden. So when we meet, we literally just mix languages, and I hate that. I can't do it. I need to do either one. I'm back. And off topic, if you want to watch your own stream. I can watch my own stream, yeah.
Missnöjd. Eller väldigt nöjd.
Väldigt nöjd. Nöjd.
Trevlig
See,
atmosfär.
the words are coming. Nöjd, trevlig. I would not be able to use the word if I was speaking Swedish right now, but it's coming back.
Och god mat. Tillagad snabbt. Priserna är mycket
Tillaget is like accessories, tillaget.
Ja, ett bra snabbmatsställe helt enkelt.
Det låter som att han första gången han är på Donken.
Ja, första gången han gick.
Det här var ju ett sjukt koncept. Alltså det är bra mat, det går snabbt. Och det är bra priser.
Priser.
Jaha.
Priser.
För den största upplevelsen i fysisk storlek är restaurangen.
Storlek. Stor is big and storlek, the bigness. Storlek i fysisk storlek.
Luna Park Eskilstuna, den största i landet.
Det största i landet.
Vi ska till den största och bästa McDonald'sen.
Ja.
Bästa.
Jo.
Oh wait. He said the best one ever. I forgot to say. It's like en.
Vi ska till den största och bästa McDonald'sen.
Ja.
Wait, how did he say ever in English? I think he said the best ever. Maybe that's what he said.
Jo.
Det hade inte ens jag läst den. Jag trodde bara att det var bäst.
Ja, jag trodde också det.
Det hade inte ens. Det hade jag inte ens. I'm gonna have to shadow this because he speaks so fast. Det hade jag inte ens läst.
Jo.
Läst.
Det hade inte ens jag läst den. Jag trodde bara
Läst den.
att det var bäst.
Ja, jag trodde också det bara var den bästa. Det är Sveriges största McDonald's.
Bäst.
Största McDonald's.
Och vackrast.
Ja.
Vackrast.
Dit ska vi.
En av de finare restaurangerna
vackrast.
i kedjan. Gott om platser.
Kedjan. Kedja. Wait, hold on. That's Swedish, because there was one point when I thought there was some language that expresses chain as like some sort of kedja, but then I forgot which language. Now I realize it's Swedish. Kedjan. I bet I can Italian, French, and Spanish at the same time.
Liten
And then not confuse them.
till ytan.
Är den stor?
Restaurangerna i kedjan. Gott om platser trots liten till ytan.
Ytan. Oh, yta. Area. Ytan.
Är den
Finare restaurangerna i kedjan.
Trots.
Gott om platser trots
Gott om platser.
liten till ytan.
What did it? Liten, trots liten till. Oh, it is small in area. Liten till ytan. Ytan.
Är den stor eller är den liten?
Stor
Den
eller
är ju
liten.
skriven som den största. Men bästa solariet ever. Billigt, snyggt, fräscht.
Yeah, it said ever. Solariet ever. I guess that's a Swedish word now.
Och modernt. Har de ett solarium inne på McDonald's?
Nej.
Ja, det är ju den största. Det är nog plats med mycket.
I wonder where he's from. He sounds a bit Norwegian. I don't know. This just the intonation. Maybe it's some dialect that's a bit closer, huh?
Och
Potentially.
till fel plats.
Eventuellt.
Han la sig i fritösen.
Jag trodde det var
La
ett
sig.
solarium.
Lite varmt. Lite väl varmt.
Så kul. Utom
Så kul,
ordentlig
kul.
mat och riktigt proffsig personal. Jag rekommenderar alla att gå hit och smaka
Proffsig.
ordentligt.
Oh, I think that's a slang word I didn't know. Proffsig, professionell, proffsig.
Ordentlig mat och riktigt proffsig. Så kul. Utom ordentlig.
Utom, I didn't know this word, but I understand it pretty much. Utom, outside of, ordentlig, ordinary, extraordinary. Utom
Mat och
ordentlig.
riktigt proffsig personal.
Proffsig
Jag rekommenderar
personalen.
alla att gå hit och smaka på den otroligt goda
Smaka på den otroligt
och exotiska maten. Annars
exotiska
missar
maten.
ni något.
Annars
Allt
missar du
fräscht.
något.
Bra service.
Alltså bra mat, ja.
Det är bra mat,
Exotiskt.
ja. Exotiskt.
Det är McDonald's.
Det är
Är det
McDonald's.
sarkasm?
Nej, du är helt
Jag tror
otrolig.
att det där är riktigt. Ser ut med riktigt.
Otroligt.
Ja,
Nej, det var kul.
Sveriges största McDonald's med helt otrolig parkering och plats och bra
Yeah, I sounds Norwegian. Parkering. Yeah.
mat och solarium och...
Det låter ju helt sjukt.
Vart tar du mig? Andra, vart fan är det vi ska?
Jag pratar bara lite svenska. Ja, jag också. My brain must be trolling me because I keep hearing random Russian words in Swedish. Ah, interesting. Han sa McDonald's sen. Why not?
Tuna Park.
Eskilstuna.
Jaha,
Eskilstuna.
Eskilstuna.
Det ser ju fräsch ut, det gör den. Det måste jag ändå säga.
Ja, verkligen.
Den ser stor ut, va? Det här är ingen...
Den ser stor ut, va?
Nej, det är Sveriges största. Vi vill ju se hur stort det är där inne.
Där inne? Hur stort där inne? Där inne?
3 övervåningar. Har de en källare?
3 övervåningar? 3 övervåningar.
3 övervåningar. Har de en källare?
Källare? Ja, källare. Like Keller.
Fan vad snygg du är.
Tack.
Vad snygg du är. Vad snygg. Va? Oh yeah, vad snygg. That's how you say. Yeah. How handsome. Va snygg. You say what handsome. Whereas in Welsh you do like about handsome. How do you say handsome? Not is Swedish. It's going the other way now. Is Swedish. Is Welsh. Oh my god, it goes both ways. I'm a luckus. Swedish has Russian loan. I'm sure it does, but it's not like a big part of the language. Is that how they naturally sound and talk? It seems like I'm putting too much stress in the words. That's Swedish for you. That's why the stereotype among the Scandies is like Swedes are the uptight ones, because they were like they're bara en gång. De wait, ställer. I would say put stress on. De lägger mycket stress på orden. Mycket. It's always jätteklart. Allt är jätteklart. Så stressen måste vara lätt att höra.
Nå, första insikt.
Det är ju fräscht där. Hejsan! Jag skulle vilja ha en...
That's good practice for... I mean, I'm not going to be ordering things in Swedish because I'm going to be using Swedish with Swedish people in Iceland. So I'm not going to be using jag skulle vilja ha. And Danish is putting potato in their throats. Yeah, that's what... they never stop making fun of each other. And that's just a stereotype. The Swedes are like, det är sant, ja. And then Danes are like, Yeah, Norwegians like that. I don't know what the stereotype is. I know the sound, but I don't know what the stereotype of Norwegians is.
Big Mac, 4 chili cheese, och så kör jag en liten pommes.
Chili cheese. You gotta say it with a Swedish accent. No chus, no affricates. All the chus are now chus. It is really cheap. This share is really cheap. Chili cheese.
Det är ju inte Sveriges största.
Nej.
Nej.
Det är inte den största. Jag har varit på större.
Ja, kan inte vara.
Den är inte så stor. Den är faktiskt ganska liten till och med.
Jag tycker den är jätteliten. Det var därför jag gick runt och letade efter en övervåning.
Ja,
Letade någon större.
Vad är det vi missar? Vet du vad, jag går och kollar på det.
Vad är det vi missar?
Vad är det vi missar?
Yeah, vad är det vi... I got that even though it's like so fast. Vad är det vi missar? Vad är det missar? Vad är det missar? Vad är det vi missar? Kolla på toaletten.
Vad är det vi missar? Vet du vad, jag går och kollar på toaletterna.
Norwegians sing? Yeah, I guess, but that's not a bad stereotype, is it? The point of making fun of each other is you gotta have bad stereotypes. I don't know Icelandic and Norwegian. I don't know the stereotypes of the languages. No, neither do I. Icelandic just talk like Shakespeare, probably. That's the stereotype. Or like, their equivalent of that. What else? I don't know. I mean, if you've seen The Bridge, like that really popular show, it pretty much embodies the stereotypes that Danes and Swedes have of each other. The Swedes are like robots, and then the Danes are like really like whatever, broy and like all that, dude. Those two characters are basically the stereotype.
Ja, ganska stort här inne. Men det kan inte vara den största donken som finns i Sverige.
Kolla vad jag har lärt mig.
Det är donken.
Det kan inte vara den största donken som finns i Sverige.
Kolla vad jag har lärt mig.
Jag har lärt mig. Kolla vad jag har lärt mig. Vad gör du? Vad fan gör du?
Internet har förstört mig.
På vilket sätt?
Jag hörde...
Interneten har...
Internet har förstört mig.
Överskott. I don't know that word.
På vilket sätt?
Jag hörde en Samsung-telefon ringa. Och det är
Telefon ringer.
tillräckligt med komedi för mig. Bara just det
Komedi för mig.
Samsung-telefon ringer. Och det är tillräckligt med komedi.
Tillräckligt? Oh, wait, hold on. I know that word. What does it mean? Tillräckligt? Enough, sufficiently, right? Tillräckligt. Yeah, tillräckligt.
Komedi för mig.
Komedi
Bara
för
just
mig.
det ljudet för att få mig att skratta. Jag tycker det är så
Skratt.
Och det är
Få mig-
tillräckligt med komedi för mig. Bara just det ljudet för att få mig att skratta.
Det här ljudet får mig att skratta.
Jag tycker det är så otroligt roligt ut.
Vadå, hur låter det?
Otroligt roligt ut.
Ja, det är kul.
Det är skitkul tycker jag.
Det kan ju inte stå på nätet att det här är den största och så är det här.
Vi har bara steadily declinat sen vi kom in. Bara, men det är stort liksom. Vi har bara steadily
Steadligt. It's a steadligt. I think that's a word. Steadligt. Unless I'm wrong. No. Is that a different word? I don't know what I'm thinking. Translation error. Studdit.
declinat sen vi kom in. Bara, men det är stort liksom. Det är bra. Och nu bara, nej det här är den minsta jag...
Jag tror att det här är den minsta McDonald's jag varit in på.
Den minsta McDonald'sen.
Kan inte stå på nätet att det är den största som finns.
Nej,
Största
I
som
hela
finns.
Sverige.
Det är jättelänge.
Jag tror att alla andra McDonald's jag någonsin varit in på är större än den här.
Ja.
Större än den här.
Jag tror att alla andra McDonald's jag någonsin varit in på är större än den här. I hela Sverige.
Det är jättelänge.
Jag tror att alla andra McDonald's
Andra McDonald's jag
någonsin varit in på är
jag någonsin varit in.
större än den här.
Varit i.
Så Sverige.
Det är jättelänge.
Jag tror att
alla andra
McDonald's jag någonsin varit
jag någonsin
in på är större än den här.
varit in.
Jag tror att alla andra McDonald's jag någonsin varit in på är större än den här.
Varit i. Bör. I don't know what that was, but större än den här. Större än den här. Större.
Ja.
Så vad menas? Har Google fel?
Vad menas? Har Google fel?
Men det
Var Googles fel?
Huset är den största.
Men vad är det i resten av huset?
Resten av huset?
Vår mat klar. Jag går och hämtar.
Kök.
Tack så mycket. Tack. Maten kommer här.
Maten kommer här.
Vad har vi framför oss här nu då?
Pommes.
Framför. Vad har vi? Vad har vi framför oss?
Pommes.
Tack så mycket. Tack. Maten kommer här.
Vad har vi framför oss här nu då?
Pommes.
For none. Oh, yeah, that's what they say. They say, what do we have? Vad har vi för någon? Yeah. What kind of something do we have? Yeah, that's what they say. Vad har vi här framför oss för någon?
Maten kommer här.
Vad
Vad har vi framför oss här nu då?
Pommes.
Pommes. McVegan. Just det, du är vegetarian.
Vegan, pommes.
Chili cheese. Hot wings. Dipper.
Ska vi hugga in dem?
Börjar med pommes.
Börjar vi där?
Det är där.
And why am I watching this? There's not a single McDonald's in Iceland. Why? I will not be talking about McDonald's with the Swedish people in Iceland.
Det kan gå illa.
En bra pommes betyder väldigt mycket.
Det kan gå illa.
Exakt.
Det kan gå illa.
Det kan gå illa.
En bra pommes
illa.
betyder väldigt mycket för mig.
Betyder väldigt mycket för mig. Betyder väldigt mycket för mig.
Eller för hur bra restaurangen är.
Ja, jag håller med.
Men för hur bra restaurangen
Betyder
är.
väldigt mycket för mig.
Betyder väldigt mycket för mig.
Exakt.
Eller för hur bra
Eller för hur bra restaurangen är.
Ja, jag håller med.
Restaurangen är.
Eller för hur bra restaurangen är.
Ja, jag håller med.
Jag håller med. Yep. I'm showing you exactly what happens like when I hear a word. I'm like, oh wait, yeah, I know that word. Jag håller med. I hold with, as in I agree. Jag håller med.
Ja. Krispig.
Ja.
Det var det.
God.
Ja.
En väldigt bra pommes. En bra pom.
Ja, den var helt okej skulle jag säga.
Helt okej bara.
Okej.
Nej.
Okej bara. Du är okej
Det var
bara.
inte
Den var
din...
lite kalla tycker jag.
You can talk about the absence of the... Oh ja, kanske ska vi prata om att det finns inga McDonald's I guess i Island med i och på. I never know. I'm not even in English. Do you say in Iceland or on Iceland? I think it's in Iceland, but it could very well be on Iceland because it's an island.
Tycker du?
Do you say in Orkney or on Orkney?
Ja. Men de var inte äckliga.
Nej.
Ja, äckliga.
Ska vi ge oss in?
Det var bara äckliga.
Tycker du?
Ja.
Vad
men de var
tycker
inte
du?
äckliga.
Nej. Ska vi ge oss...
You would watch the worst KFC in Sweden. I don't know. Can you check if there is any KFCs in Iceland? What fast foods are there in Iceland? That's the question. Probably not very many. I don't know. I'm gonna have to find a way to fill my tummy cheaply. Like not all the time, but when I need it. I can't be paying like a shit ton of money for every single meal that when I'm out. You say in Iceland? Yeah, that makes sense. That's what I thought. Let me just check. Do you say you're really late? Welcome. We're watching some stuff. I think it's Island. Oh, Google Translate says på Island. På en ö på Island. That's why I did a double take. I was like, maybe it's not It would make sense to say på. I mean, I can see it both ways, but that's why I'm like, maybe not. Kanske inte på Island. På Island.
Oss in i chili cheese och lite hot wings då.
Så gjorde jag på den första dejten.
Sweden leans more towards på than for stuff that isn't literally enclosed, but I could be wrong about that.
Nej.
We'll see.
Vad sa hon?
Jag är ju singel idag. Så gjorde jag på den första dejten.
I can't wait. Så
Chili cheese och lite hot wings då.
Så gjorde jag på den första dejten.
På första dejten en gång.
Vad sa hon?
Jag är ju singel idag.
Du är ju singel idag.
Ja.
Idag?
Ja.
Ja.
Ja, han ska få dejt.
Väldigt.
Han ska få en dejt. Med henne. Vem är henne? Vem är hon?
Så gjorde jag på den första dejten.
Så jag gjorde det på en första dejt en gång. Okej. Så tjejen som gick på första dejten med honom.
Vad sa hon?
Jag är ju singel idag.
Du är singel idag.
Ja.
Ja. Okej.
Väldigt bra chili cheese.
Väldigt bra chili
Jag
cheese.
vet dock inte om det är någon skillnad på det här och vad det brukar vara.
Oj.
På McDonald's.
Jag vet
Väldigt
inte,
bra
jag-
chili cheese.
Okej.
Jag vet dock inte om det
Jag vet inte om
är någon
den
skillnad på det här och
skillnad. Det
vad det
här.
brukar vara.
Oj,
på
det brukar vara.
McDonald's. Bra chili cheese.
Okej.
Jag vet dock inte om det är någon...
It's hard to hear what exact words he's saying because of the full mouth. He's speaking Danish right now. He's got potatoes in his mouth. Det är ju danska med potatis. Is it potatisen? Yeah.
skillnad på det här och vad det brukar vara.
Oj,
på
Det
McDonald's.
brukar vara.
Det brukar vara så stora.
Oh yeah. By the way, I'm just gonna talk about this for a little bit because I this is important to me. My favorite thing about Swedish is there are some verbs that are just not in any other language that I've ever learned, and they're extremely useful verbs. 1 second. Why am there's the camera like all the way to this way? Okay. No, they're bra. Yeah, so in Swedish there's like really useful verbs that every language should have but doesn't. Like bruka is to usually do something. Det brukar vara. It normally is like this. Det brukar vara så här. Jag brukar åka med. Wait, no. What's a bike? I know jag brukar cykla. I can say that, but what's a bike? Cykel. Jag åker cykel. Jag brukar åka cykel. And then there's like hinna is to do something in time. Jag hinner gå på uni. Jag hinner. No, hinner is a hinner or hinner. Shit. I know the verb, I don't know the conjugation for some reason. Hinner. Jag hinner. The past tense. Jag hann inte. I didn't make it in time. Jag hann inte till skolan. Jag hinner inte till den första dagen av kursen på Island. Så jag kommer att flyga, tycker jag. Fly. Because fly is flee. Flyga is fly. Ja. Jag kommer att flyga från Polyglot Gathering till Island den andra av juni. Men kursen börjar den 2 juni, så jag kommer inte att hinna till den första dagen. So there's bruka, hinna, and then there's like orka. Orka is like you have the energy to do something. Jag orkar inte. I haven't got energy for this. Jag orkar inte lära mig så många språk på en gång. Jag orkar inte bli set på svenska. Nej, it's Welsh. Eller jag hinner inte bli set på svenska innan jag flyger till Island. I love these verbs, so useful. Welsh has an equivalent of bruka, so alver, doing alver. Now I can't speak Welsh because my head is in Swedish. That's so weird. Doing alver. Bake, ja, doing alver. Oh my god, I can't Welsh it all of a sudden. Bydynate, okay. Dwi'n dechrau siarad efo bach Gymraeg, for jag måste... No, there is Swedish again. No. Achos dwi angen ymarfer, yep, that's Welsh. Ymarfer, switcho rhwng Gymraeg a Swedish. No, that's Swedish again. Dyna beth sy'n anodd I mi. Dwi'n gallu siarad Cymraeg, dwi'n gallu siarad Swedish, men... No, that's Swedish again. No. Ond. I did that again. I'm not even doing it on purpose, literally. Okay. Dwi'n gallu siarad Cymraeg, dwi'n gallu siarad Swedish, ond dwi'n methu newid o'r Swedish i'r Gymraeg, neu o'r Gymraeg i'r Swedish. So is a trap, because you can say so in Welsh. That's an English word, but you can say it in Welsh. But then so is also a Swedish word. That's a trap. Det är a trap. That's Swedish. Okay, no, hold on. I'm trying to... Dwi'n trio siarad Cymraeg ar hyn o bryd. Okay, so dim Swedish ar y foment. Dwi'n cael hynny yn anodd. Achos mae mhenni wedi penderfynu bod Cymraeg a Swedish yn debyg iawn, felly, that's Welsh. Felly, pan dwi'n siarad Cymraeg, mae lot o eiriau Swedish yn dod I mewn i'r pen. Ac hefyd, pan dwi'n siarad Swedish, mae'r geiriau Cymraeg yn dod I mewn. Felly, dwi angen ymarfer amddiffyn fy hun rhag y geiriau, rhag y llif o eiriau o'r iaith arall. Okay. Mae'n well rwan. Mae'n dipyn bach o eiriau, ychydig o eiriau Swedish yn pen fi hefyd. Enghraifft, fan o'n i'n siarad, fan o'n i'n neud gwell, oedd y gair betra ym mhenni, ond mae'n well rwan. Mae'n well, dwi'n gallu siarad Cymraeg. Ac wedyn dwi'n mynd I newid I Swedish. Så, det är inte så svårt. Jag kan växla till svenska om jag vill. Oh my god, I remember how to say if now suddenly. I thought I'd forgotten how to say if. Om jag vill så kan jag växla till svenska utan att ha utan att ha kumriska ord att no, not sin, that's Welsh. Utan att ha ord som kommer in I huvudet. Ja, kommer in till huvudet. Det är svårt. Det är inte lätt. I have so many Welsh words. Det är inte how do you say at all? Inte alls. Det är inte alls lätt. Okay, that was a challenge. That was fun. Hello, I'm back. What did I miss in chat? How accurate is Swedish on Google Translate? I only know that German's on Google Translate is pretty accurate. Yeah. Hinna, till exempel. I'm honestly confused about which one you're trying to speak. I mean, so am I. It's crazy. I don't know how this happened. So I'm practicing right now att inte göra detta. So to not do that. That's the only word I know in Cymru. Is Cymru. As I mentioned last time, a possible way to say Welsh in Swedish is Cymriska. So I'm going to use that because it's great. I'm going to do more of that in a second. I think I literally just need to speak a lot of Swedish and then actively repel, stöta bort. I looked up that word the other day because I know I'm going to need that word eventually. Stöta bort. Stöta is like stützen in German. Stöta bort de kymriska orden. I'm going to repel those words while I'm speaking Swedish, and then I'm going to switch to Welsh and actively try to resist. At gwrthod. No, I know. See, I've got Swedish words in my head again. Agelia Swetik. I think it's once I'm in the zone, it's possible. Once I'm in the zone, it's doable. It's just switching for the first few sentences. It's just insanely confusing. I don't know why specifically this pair of language. I don't know why it's not any other pair. I don't have any problems. Kiedy chcę mówić po polsku, to nie mam żadnego innego języka w głowie. Tak? Teraz mówię po polsku. A czasami to mamy inne słowa, tak jak teraz. Ale generalnie, kiedy mówię po polsku, to w głowie tylko mam polskie słowa. To nie wiem. Farthinder. Yes, I love farthinder. Okay, let's go back to this. I don't know how much more of this I'm going to do. Maybe a little bit, and then I'm going to switch to something else. I'm going to finish when he leaves this restaurant, I guess. Which is kind of sad, because like this video is about the worst McDonald's in Sweden, but this one is supposedly the best one, so I actually haven't got to the main point yet, but whatever.
Jag tror det var mörkfärg på den.
Okej, så mycket äta.
Det var svårt för McDonald's kycklingvingar, men de här tycker jag om.
No, that's Welsh. So, jag kan inte höra vad han säger.
Oj, det här vet du vad. Det här var bra.
Det här var bra.
McVegan brukar vara alldeles för torr. Och typ hård.
Wait, torrt? Is that the word? Tork. Torr. Oh, I forgot that word. I know Tocken of Deutsch. Torr. Torr means a lot in Scottish Gaelic, by the way. See,
här har de fått till den väldigt bra. Mycket bra.
Väldigt mycket bra. Jättebra. Så himla bra.
Ser ut som en classic Big Mac.
Perhaps because Polish is so different from Welsh English. No, but like Swedish and Welsh are so different. They have nothing in common except for maybe the certain sounds or like the melody, maybe the prosody. I don't know. You guys tell me. I've spoken both languages on stream. You tell me what's similar about them. That's I think that, I don't know. That's the only explanation I've got, that I keep confusing these two. Jag tar inte kymriska. Ja, det kan du börja att lära dig. Det är inte så svårt att lära sig. Kymriskan är lite som... Ja, för mig är det som ett spel, för att du kan bara kombinera några ord med sig. Och I'm resisting the Welsh now. Och du måste inte, du behöver inte. I know the word behöver. See, it comes back to me. It's so weird. I thought I'd forgotten the word behöva, but it means to need. I do have it in my head. Okay, du behöver inte vara riktigt hela tiden. Man kan använda olika ord. No, man kan använda en grammatik som inte är riktigt, och man kan förstås jättelätt på kymriska, för att många talare av kymriskan pratar inte perfekt kymriska heller, så det är bara det är en process att försöka kommunicera med andra. Is that folk? Andra människor. Just människor. Andra människor. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I was gonna say that earlier, but I didn't mention. This is gonna be part of my video. So the second way I've been also practicing my Swedish is, other than input, I'm doing some output. I'm going to be doing more output in this stream, but one of the ways I've been outputting is writing my diary in Swedish. So since 2025, I've been writing my diary in Welsh, and that's done very well for my Welsh outputting skills. But now I was like, okay, it's time to move on from that, so I can dedicate more of my time, like maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes every day to outputting in Swedish. So I started writing my diary in Swedish last week. I haven't done a lot of it. I'm not extremely consistent with writing my diary, but that's like a base level of output that I do. And the good thing about writing diary as opposed to speaking it right now, especially with a real person, I mean, you guys are real people, but like in speaking it in the real conversation with people, the good thing about writing a diary is that I can take my time. I can look up words. So, for example, I looked up the word stöta bort. I looked up använda, the words that I've used earlier when I was speaking to the camera. And after, again, it's not like I'm learning new words. I'm just learning the words I already know. So once I look them up, it's like, oh yeah, I got it now. And then I can keep using it in my diary. So that is my strategy. Okay, let's go back to this. So I'm into someone who doesn't know Welsh or Swedish. I do kind of understand what you're saying in Swedish, although sometimes I need a second word for Welsh, no clue at all. So they must be quite different. Yeah, I mean, they're completely different branches of Indo-European, so no surprises there. Jag gillar hur den låter, men den ser inte lite svårt ut. Ja, du menar alfabetet? Eller alfabeten? Alfabetet. Du menar alfabetet? Det ser svårt ut, men efter att man har lärt sig alfabetet, så är det jättelätt att uttala. I know the word uttala. Det är bara o, ö, s. Ja, det är s som är typ, som är lite svårt att lära sig på början, men it is på början, not i början, på början, right? It's på början, det är początku. På början, men I'm just gonna double check. In the beginning. I början, fuck me, it's i början. Is it i början? Det är inte alfabet. Så vad är det som är svårt? Jag tycker att för att grammatiken är lite så komplicerad. Det finns lite mer böjning. Oh yeah, I know how to talk about linguistics in Swedish because I did it in university. Böjning, det är inte böjning. Det finns lite böjning i kumliskan, men man måste inte använda alla verbformer. För man måste bara lära sig att what's the infinitive of böjning? Böja. Att lära sig att böja hjälpverbet. Så att vara. Man måste lära sig att böja, att vara. Jag är, du är. Men i kumliskan så finns det lite mer. Men efter att man har lärt sig detta, så kan man bara kombinera dem med andra verb. Ser man verb? Nej. Eller vad är det? Verb, andra verb. Okej. Med andra verb. Så det är bra. Men jag tycker om sh-ljudet. Liksom, jag tycker om sh-ljudet i svenskan. The geographical position of Wales had me thinking that was a Germanic language. Yeah, that makes sense. Lexikonen är bara annorlunda. Det är sant. Men vad som är bra med lexikonen är att man kan bara använda engelska ord. Och det är jättemånga människor som gör det. How do you say from day to day? From day to day. How do you say from day to day? Im Alltag auf Deutsch. Ske-ljudet. You don't say from dog to dog. I don't think you say from dog to dog, right? I vardagen. Ja, så är det så. I vardagen så gör jättemånga människor samma sak. Så ja, jag brukar säga att det är inte lätt att lära sig kumliska på en hög nivå, men det är jättelätt. Det är inte svårt. Det är inte svårt att lära sig att kommunicera på kumliska. Precis. Oh my god, yeah, precis. För den här anledningen. Wait, what's the preposition for this reason? Av den anledningen. Av den här anledningen. Av den här anledningen. Ja, men jag har gjort video om det här, så och om du är intresserad så kan du titta på videon om varför det är lätt att lära sig att kommunicera på kumliska. Oh, that's more Swedish than I've spoken in the past 10 years. What have I met? Missed? What have I missed? No, nothing. Okay, I understand every single word. That your understanding of German must be really good then, if you understand Swedish. There are some, as I said, there are more German words in Swedish than in Danish and Norwegian, but still, there are lots of things that don't correspond, like anledning. What's anledning? Anleitungen, I guess. Anleitung would be the German. Okay, let's continue. I said I'm going to finish when he leaves this McDonald's.
Vilken tur. Jag är inte besviken än.
Besviken? Besviken av den. Jag är besviken.
Standard Big Mac. Asgod. Älskar Big Mac.
Älskar Big Mac.
Nu Google på Sveriges bästa McDonald's.
Känner
du att det är den bästa Big Mac du har ätit?
Grejen är så här, vanligtvis...
Is that like a slang word for McDonald's? Like bästa
McDonald's?
Macen?
Känner du att det är den bästa Big Mac du har ätit?
Bästa Big Mac. Bästa Big Mac du har ätit.
Känner du att det är den bästa Big Mac du har ätit?
Du har ätit. Den bästa Big Mac du har ätit. Det som han sa.
Vanligtvis när jag äter Big Macs på vanliga standard, så små ställen, så brukar jag känna att jag blir lite fettig. Det tycker jag verkligen inte med den här.
Fettig?
Så brukar jag känna att jag blir lite fettig. Det tycker jag verkligen inte med den här.
Du tycker inte om det här?
Jag blir liksom inte fettig. Det tycker jag verkligen inte med den här. Det fanns hygien i...
Hygien?
Jag blir liksom inte fettig i munnen.
Fett i munnen? Munnen. Fett i munnen.
Är det på något sätt?
Men det är väl också lite kanske så här... Lite bare minimum.
Ja, de har koll på sina råvaror. Det blir spännande att se nu.
Kontroll på.
Ja, de har koll på sina råvaror. Det blir
råvaror? Is it råvaror? Is that what it is?
Spännande att se nu. När vi ska vidare under dagen.
Vidare?
Vi ska testa Sveriges sämsta. Det ska bli kul att se skillnaden. Om det är så stor skillnad på dem.
Jag tycker det är jobbigt att vi slutar.
Det är jobbigt. It's coming back. Jobbigt. Det är jobbigt att vi slutar.
Det är så stor skillnad på dem.
Jag tycker det är jobbigt att vi slutar.
Att vi slutar. Det är jobbigt att vi slutar
med de sämsta.
Med de
Jag har aldrig
sämsta.
riktigt tänkt på det på det här sättet, men
Har du tänkt på
det
att
här får mig faktiskt att inse lite varför man sparar
inse
det
att det
bästa
var
till
sparar det
sist.
bästa till sist?
Man kan avsluta på topp.
Avsluta
lite.
på topp.
Alltså jag fattar.
Det bästa
Avsluta
till
på topp.
sist. Så man kan avsluta på topp lite.
Top. What? Top fleet? I don't know what that is.
Alltså jag fattar absolut varför folk gillar det här stället. Maten
Gillar det
var
stället.
faktiskt riktigt bra, pommesen var fräscha, burgaren var varm och det smakade precis som man vill att McDonald's ska smaka. Var faktiskt riktigt bra,
Burgaren
pommesen var
var
fräscha,
varm.
burgaren var varm och det smakade precis som man vill att
Precis som
McDonald's ska smaka.
vill McDonald's ska smaka.
Men Sveriges bästa? Nej, jag tror inte det.
Jag tror inte
Servicen,
det. Jag tror inte det.
den var trevlig absolut, men ingenting som stack ut jättemycket.
Stack
Och lokalen,
sticka ut. Stack ut.
servicen, den var trevlig absolut, men ingenting som stack ut.
Men ingenting som stack ut.
Jättemycket. Och lokalen, den skulle vara Sveriges största. Men den känns liten.
Det känns liten.
4 av 5. Service
4/5.
3 av 5.
3
Lokal
av 5.
2 av 5.
Så är det. Vi har ju en bra bit att ta oss faktiskt.
Bra väg.
Vi
bra
kanske
väg.
borde... Så är det. Vi har ju en bra bit att ta oss faktiskt.
Att ta? Is it bra väg att ta? I don't understand that one.
Och vi kanske borde börja våran resa
Borde börja.
för att hinna med idag. Vi ska ju
Hinna med idag.
långt.
Jag såg dock en
Hinna
Vi kanske
med.
borde börja våran resa nu för att hinna med idag. Vi ska ju
Hinna med. För att hinna med idag.
långt.
Jag
går
såg
långt.
dock en grej.
Vad?
När vi svängde in här. Såg att jag såg
Svängde
dock en
in.
grej.
Ja, svängde in.
Vad?
När vi svängde in här. Såg att det fanns en skylt där det stod Parken Zoo.
Skjuta
Är
parken.
det här?
Det är runt hörnet här.
Ja, men vi ska ju på
Hörnet
resa
här.
som sagt.
Resa
Men
som
först ska vi
sagt.
på zoo.
Nej, vi ska inte på något så. Vi ska...
Every day
Parken
is a
Zoo.
wonderful
So.
day. Who knows
So.
what we'll see? It could be any.
Okay, as I said, I'm gonna end this video here. I'm gonna watch some like comedy things afterwards, but after I want to say efteråt, but after I check out what I missed in chat. Well done. Swedish is like Viking German. I mean, that's pretty much it. My German is so bad. Only word I understood is nivå. Nivå på svenska så skriver man med å A with a ring. I love the A ring. It's so beautiful. Or if you're from Skåne, Skåne. Okay. I'm gonna look at SVT Humor. That's gonna be more difficult because it's comedy, so that's not gonna be easy. Which one should I look at? Fikabråk, or I could look at Svensk Iranier. Oh, let's look at Iranier. Do I have the subs on and translated? Yep.
Med klar. Kriget i Iran har dominerat nyhetssändningarna den senaste tiden. Det har varit omöjligt att inte nås av det. Många
Omöjligt att inte nås av det. I love the Swedish or the Scandinavian the passive. It's so good. He says it is impossible to not be reached. Det är omöjligt att inte nås av det.
offer, mycket
Where is
lidande.
my automatic subs for you guys? So that's
Senaste
auto translate English.
tiden. Det har varit omöjligt att inte nås av det.
Var är engelska?
Iran har dominerat nyhetssändningarna den senaste tiden. Det har varit omöjligt att inte nås av det. Många offer, mycket lidande, många som tar ställning. Även faktiskt precis här utanför SVT:s entré i Stockholm. Men just ställning.
Yeah, that you can tell it's on the telly because they speak so much clearer.
Även faktiskt precis här utanför SVT:s entré i
Utan förresten. Oh, förresten. Oh, it's coming back to me. Förresten. Förresten is like, by the way, right? Förresten. Yeah, by the way.
Stockholm. Men just den demonstrationen tyckte vissa
Demonstrationen. Why is it not translated? What's happening? I want to say best in dick with. Vad som händer? Vad är det som händer?
underrapporterat.
Och det är talande.
Jag vill se undertexter på engelska för er, för att ni ska kunna titta på videon. Men Men ni som förstår vad jag säger just nu förstår ju svenska, så det finns ingen no point, ingen poäng. Det finns ingen poäng att säga på svenska att jag vill att ni kan förstå programmet. That guy speaks normally, not overstressing. No.
Att Sveriges Radio och Sveriges Television, som får 10
miljarder
skattekronor per år, inte kan skicka ut en enda reporter för att fråga de här...
Yeah, I for some reason it's not translating to English, so I just kept it on Swedish for now. So good luck. If you know German, maybe you can read some of it.
Människorna vad de vill och varför de är här.
Vad de vill. Människorna.
För att fråga de här människorna vad de vill och varför de är här.
Varför de är här.
Men det den här blinda mannen i klippet säger är faktiskt
ingen
inte...
mening? Ja, man säger mening. Ja, det finns ingen mening. Tack för det. This dude dresses nicely. Yeah, he's a host, that's why. It's like John Oliver. He's a Swedish John Oliver.
Sant, för jag gick själv ut till demonstranterna och jag bad dem bara tona ner sig lite. De var väldigt högljudda. De störde min spinning ut till demonstranterna och jag bad dem bara tona ner sig lite. De var väldigt högljudda. De störde min spinningpass som pågick inne på SVT. Men nu när kriget och protesterna i Iran har nått ända hit, ända till mig, så kände jag...
Ända hit? Wait, what is ända in this context? Ända, it's the end. It's like the end. Ända, all the way, ända hem, ända hit.
Nu när kriget och protesterna i Iran har nått ända hit, ända till mig, så kände jag att nu kan inte ens jag vara tyst längre. Det är nämligen så att konflikter...
By the way, I love this false friend between Welsh and Swedish. Tyst in Swedish is quiet, but tyst in Welsh is what's the word? Tängan. Vad är det på engelska? Wait, a witness, there we go. Yeah, witness. So it's like Welsh says, "Oh, this is a witness," and Swedish are like, "Silence." Tyst.
I Mellanöstern får reella konsekvenser här.
John Oliver doesn't have a cool jaw like him.
I Sverige, ibland väldigt allvarliga. Som vi i veckan såg får reella konsekvenser här i Sverige, ibland
reella konsekvenser.
Som vi i veckan såg prov på i Göteborgs tingsrätt.
Idag bör
Sverige ibland väldigt allvarliga. Som vi i veckan såg prov på.
I veckan, this week.
I Göteborgs tingsrätt.
Idag började rättegången i Göteborgs tingsrätt mot de 5 tonårspojkar som misstänks vara inblandade i mordförsöket på Iran. Iblandade, they were like involved, they were mixed in. Blanda is to mix. Iblandade i mordförsöket. 5 tonårspojkar som misstänks vara inblandade i mordförsöket. Inblandade i mordförsöket. Irankännaren Arvin. Själv menar han att detta skett på uppdrag av Irans regim. I love the regime. I need to go now. Well, bye. Enjoy your dinner if you've made it.
Arvin Korsnod fick en dag hembesök av en knivbeväpnad tonåring som nu står åtalad för mordförsök. Korsnod fick en dag hembesök av en knivbeväpnad.
Knivbeväpnad. That's not even in the subtitles. I just heard it.
Tonåring som nu står åtalad för mordförsök. Och eftersom Korsnod under hembesök av en knivbeväpnad tonåring som nu står åtalad för mord.
Just det, åtal. I didn't know this word. Åtalade. I guess like accused or convict. I guess accused because talat, talk about, or towards, so accused of
mordförsök.
Let me try this again, because I really want people to be able to take part in this, even if you don't understand what he's saying. Oh, there we go.
Nod under många år kritiserat den iranska regimen, misstänker man att morduppdraget kommit ifrån den iranska staten. Och efter mordförsöket har han och hans familj tvingats leva.
Oh, by the way, that's also another annoying similarity between Welsh and Swedish, because and in Welsh is ak, and in Swedish is ok. So that's also like a trap. There's so many words that are similar in the two languages that are traps, like they would cause me to accidentally switch from one to the other. It's like a pivot, like when I teach music theory, so like when you switch from one key to the other, there's like a pivot chord that is in both keys, and then you end up in the other one. Completely off.
Gömda med en enorm säkerhetsapparat kring sig.
hände?
Subtitles off. I think what's happening is the subtitles are the script that he's reading, but then when he's reading, he's not like saying exactly 100% the same words as what's on the script.
Sen har satt djupa spår och säkerhetstänket finns där hela tiden.
För att bara ge en bild. Även när jag dricker vatten så tänker jag på konsekvenser
som den paranoian kan jag själv relatera till.
Relatera till.
Jag är likadan. Varje gång någon den paranoian kan jag själv relatera till. Så är det när man är hotad.
Så gör man när man är hotad. I guess så gör eller something with threats, because threat is hot.
Likadan. Varje gång någon sträcker mig ett glas vatten, då tänker jag
sträcker mig ett glas vatten.
Relatera till. Så är det när man är hotad. Jag är likadan. Varje gång någon sträcker mig ett glas vatten.
Med sträcker mig ett glas vatten.
Då tänker jag, fan, det här kan vara förgiftat.
Förgiftat? Fan, det kan vara förgiftat.
Ge mig vinflaskan istället.
Vinsglas.
Vatten och tänker, fan, det här kan vara förgiftat.
En flaska. Vinflaskan.
Ge mig vinflaskan istället. Det är
vinflaskan istället.
Hälsan först, unga.
Hälsan först, unga.
Men även om det här är ett fall som sticker ut så säger det någonting om som pågår i Sverige.
Pågår. Oh, I love this word. Pågår. I forgot that I knew this word. Pågår is like going on, I guess. Going on, yeah. Literally. Yeah, på is on. Go is go. So go on. I never realized that. That's literally the same word. Pågår. Going on.
Nu nämligen att tillvaron för svenska iranier har blivit allt mer hotfull. Bakgrunden är dels de enorma protesterna i Iran i januari där regimen dödade tusentals demonstranter. Sen kom kriget mellan Iran, USA och Israel. Och det här har gjort regimen pressad, vilket de då tar ut på regimkritiska iranier, USA och Israel. Och det här har gjort regimen pressad.
I totally forgot. I said I was gonna like summarize what I watched. You know what? I'll finish this and I'm gonna summarize the 2 videos that I've watched.
De då tar ut på regimkritiska iranier.
Regimkritiska iranier.
Över hela världen. Här i Sverige. Tar ut på regimkritiska iranier över hela världen. Inklusive här i Sverige.
Jag upplever att de som försöker ta en objektiv plattform och som vågar uttrycka kritik mot regimen, får en medveten hotbild mot sig.
Medveten
mot regimen, får en medveten hotbild mot sig.
Inte ens hemma, här i Sverige, i trygga Sverige så går man säkert.
Safe, trygg.
Från mullornas förtryck, om du uttrycker. Inte ens hemma, här i Sverige, i trygga Sverige så går man säker från mullornas förtryck. Om du uttrycker kritik hemma, här i Sverige, i trygga Sverige så går man säker från mullornas förtryck.
Mullornas förtryck.
Om du uttrycker kritik så
uttrycker kritik
kan det få konsekvenser. Nyligen stoppades ett planerat attentat.
Nyligen
kan det få konsekvenser. Nyligen stoppades ett planerat attentat mot en iransk barnfamilj. Nyligen stoppades ett planerat attentat mot en iransk barnfamilj i Göteborg. Och även svensk-iranien Karl-Mattias Bergsten vittnar om att han har fått flera hotsamtal den senaste tiden.
Hotsamtal, that's one word. Flera hotsamtal. Förtryck, yeah. It's not a word I see a lot, but förtryck is so, yeah, förtryck makes sense, yeah.
Har bytt namn. Det är inte hans ursprungsnamn. Han bytte namnsamtal den senaste tiden. Och han har bytt namn.
Han har bytt namn.
Det är inte hans ursprungsnamn. Han bytte namn när han kom till Sverige. Kanske för att han på riktigt numera är aktiv. Hans ursprungsnamn. Han bytte namn när han kom till Sverige. Kanske för att han på riktigt...
Kanske för att han...
Numera är aktiv Sverige. Ursprungsnamn. Han bytte namn.
Numera. Nowadays. En bellach. En Gymraeg.
Till Sverige. Kanske för att han på riktigt numera är aktiv Sverigedemokrat.
En aktiv Sverigedemokrat.
Och han vill smälta in, det kan man fatta.
Oh wait, hold on. I feel like there is a political joke in there. What are the Sverigedemokrat? Are they like a... I know there is a joke in there somewhere. What's Sverigedemokrat? Yep, that's what I thought. Yep, the nationalist right-wing populist. Yep, because he said, oh, he changed his name to Karl Mattias Bergsten because he wants to blend in with the Sverigedemokraterna. I actually don't know much about Swedish politics because I wasn't involved when I was a student there. But I got that from context. I got the joke from context.
Jag tror i och för sig att några av hans partikollegor ändå anar ugglor och han vill smälta in. Det kan man fatta.
Smälta in?
Jag tror i och för sig att några av hans partikollegor ändå anar ugglor i mossen. Att de är så smälta in. Det kan man fatta. Jag tror i och för sig att några av hans
That's I didn't get that's too fast.
Partikollegor ändå
partikollegor
anar ugglor i mossen.
Ugglor i mossen. That is an idiom. I didn't know this idiom. Now I do. It's this one. I tried to write it out in Google and then I got this result. En ugglor i mossen. What is that? Ana. Ana. Oh, ana. So I. Oh, that's also difficult. Would be like I sense. Yeah, an aning would be I have an idea. So I sense owls in var mossen. Marshes. Sense owls in the marsh. Yeah. Ugglor i mossen. Okej. Det ligger en hund begraven. Så det är det han sa.
Smälta in, det kan man fatta. Jag tror i och för sig att några av hans partikollegor ändå anar ugglor i mossen. Att de är så. Han heter ju Kalle, det är kanon, men hur kan han koka så läcker saffransris?
Saffransris?
Och varför hur kan han koka så läcker saffrans?
Läcker. Isn't that Dutch? How do you spell läcker? Läcker. Okay, läcker. I forgot to spell it. I was like, because it's a very, very famous Dutch word.
Ris. Och varför anländer han alltid på en matta?
På matta. Anländer alltid.
Och varför anländer han alltid på en matta?
På en matta.
Det är ju kul att anlända så. Men varför?
Det är ju kul att anlända så.
Fick Karl höra då när han blev uppringd från Iran?
Vi ringer från revolutionsgardet av Islamiska republiken.
Vi ringer från
Oh my god, he sounds so native. I know there's natives here in the chat. Does he sound native or not? I think he does to me.
Gardet och vi undrar vad du ringer med för abonnemang idag. Vi ringer från revolutionsgardet och
revolutionsgardet.
Vi undrar vad du ringer med för abonnemang idag. Och vi undrar vad du ringer med för abonnemang idag.
Abonnemang idag?
Vi ringer från revolutionsgardet och vi undrar vad du ringer med för abonnemang idag.
I didn't get the exact phrasing. That's a bit... Oh, I can just look at the Swedish. 1 second. Vad har du för abonnemang idag?
Vi ringer från revolutionsgardet och vi undrar vad du ringer med för abonnemang idag.
That's not what he said, but that's fine. Okay, I got the joke. That's what's important. I don't have to know exactly which word he said.
Det sa de inte. Det var värre än så.
Det var värre.
Om du får...
Yeah, abonnemang. Abonnemang is from French. Yeah, the fun thing about French words in Swedish is that they transcribe the a sound into ang. So restaurang, abonnemang. Yeah, so it's all French.
Så vi har dina föräldrar eller vi kommer att arrestera dem och de kommer att betala för vad du gör.
Och han säger att de till och med hotat att betala en skytt i Sverige för att döda honom.
Fruktansvärt, såklart. Regimen i Iran
till och med hotat att betala en skytt i Sverige.
Skytt i Sverige? Skytt? That's just a shot, is it?
För att döda honom.
Fruktansvärt, såklart. Regimen i Iran tar nu
fruktansvärt. It's coming back to me. Fruktansvärt.
Alla medel för att tysta kritiker.
Den iranska regimens tentakler når över hela världen. Där våldsdåd utförs med hjälp av ombud. Och Säpo har konstaterat
ombud, like ombudsman, ombud.
Att den iranska regimen använder gängkriminella för att utföra våldshandlingar i Sverige.
Inte bara att man anlitar diverse gängkriminella legoknektar här i Sverige.
I Sverige.
Inte bara att man anlitar diverse gängkriminella legoknektar här i Sverige. Regimen i Iran har också tagit Foxtrot-ledaren Ravamajid, ni vet kurdiska räven, där här i Sverige. Regimen i Iran har också tagit Foxtrot-ledaren Ravamajid, ni vet kurdiska räven.
Kurdexräven.
Under sina vingar och ger honom beskydd. Och det är för jävligt.
Beskydd, right? Beskydd.
Iranier inte kan leva tryggt här i
poäng. Poäng.
Sverige, skulle jag säga nu, här idag, den här fredagen. Rör inte våra iranier. De är en vital del av vårt samhälle. De är faktiskt, när jag tänker på det, överallt. Faktum är att över 100 000 svenskar har iranskt ursprung.
I just realized if this is on the telly, this might be copyrighted. I might end up being. It's fine. It's not like I'm making money from this anyway. But you know what? You know, if you want to support me, you can always donate with the link below on the thing, so that if this gets copyright claimed, I can still get something out of it. I just realized that after watching like 4.5 minutes of this.
Och vet ni, de har blivit så många att det numera finns liksom, kan man säga, olika typer av iranier.
But with how much I'm pausing, maybe that won't become a problem.
Tänkt här ikväll. Det finns, man skulle kunna säga att de har olika personligheter. Jo då, det är
personligheter.
Kolla bara många att det numera finns liksom, kan man säga, olika typer av iranier. Jag har tänkt här ikväll. Det finns, man skulle kunna säga att de har olika personligheter. Jo då, det är sant. Kolla bara här, jag har rankat dem. Vi har vänsteriranier.
Rankat dem.
Vi har högeriranier. Kulturiranier. Fruktiranier. Eller vad nu, om man är bäriranier eller en ört.
Fair use because you pause enough. Yeah, hopefully.
Det där vet man ju inte. Han är gul och lång, men man vet inte. Eller vad nu, om man är bäriranier eller en ört. Det där vet man ju inte. Han är gul och avlång, men man vet inte.
Gul, maybe something long. I don't know what he said. Gul. I can just look at the gul avlong. Oh, it is avlong. That's what I thought it was. Avlong. Oh, it means oblong. Avlong. Interesting. Didn't know that word before. Avlong.
Iranier med pipig röst. Ryggradslösa iranier.
Rygg. Oh, what's rygg? I know rygg is back. Something backbone. What's rygg? Ryggrad. I don't know that word. Ryggradslösa iranier. Ryggradslösa iranier. There's so many languages.
Flumiranier. Korta iranier. Skäggiranier.
What?
Det kan vara samma kille, jag vet inte.
Det kan vara samma kille.
Iranierna. Draknästes-iranierna, de har pengar. Och så finns det en girig sneaky, en skurk-iranier som tar för mycket betalt och bokar av.
Som tar för mycket betalt. He takes too much paid. Tar för mycket betalt.
I sista stund, när man redan har hunnit ta sig hemifrån och det regnar, man står
hemifrån. So from home, hemifrån.
Betalt och bokar av i sista stund.
Bokar av. Okay. Så bokar av.
När man redan har hunnit ta sig hemifrån och det regnar, man står där. Det är min tandläkare som jag pratade om tidigare.
Tandläkare.
Och det regnar, man står där. Det är min tandläkare som jag pratade om tidigare.
Tidigare.
De här människorna förtjänar
bättre.
Och det finns hopp, för efter protesterna och Trumps bomber så finns det kanske en öppning för att Iran äntligen ska kunna befrias. Vem är det då som många sätter sin tilltro till? Jo, den här mannen, han är Irans exilprins, han heter Reza Pahlavi och han är son till den sista shahen av Iran som tvingades gå i landsflykt efter revolutionen 1979. Många anser att han är den rättmätiga ledaren av landet. Bland annat, kanske något oväntat, vår vice statsminister.
Nu sträcker det iranska folket sig efter frihetens ljus. De trotsar tyrannen.
I love the SVT subtitles because like every time I see these, I'm just reminded of that meme. Have you guys seen that? In Sweden, it is illegal to be a criminal. That's such a fucking classic. And every time I see this font, I'm reminded of that.
Och vi, Sverige, ska stå med dem. Markbar diktator Javid Shah.
Prosit. Men!
Prosit.
Så har hon en sån...
Accidentally press that again.
Klassisk iransk cowboyhatt som man har. Som de är kända för där borta. Men där har vi en iranier-grupp till. Jätteblonda iranier. Ebba är ett stort fan. Märkligt nog kanske hans största fan. Så pass att KD och Sverigedemokraterna nu har bjudit in exilprinsen till Sverige. Nog kanske hans största fan. Så pass att KD och Sverigedemokraterna...
What's KD? Parti? Oh, I did not know this one. It's the Kristdemokraterna. Okay, KD.
Nu har bjudit in exilprinsen till Sverige. Han ska tala inför riksdagen. Så pass att KD och Sverigedemokraterna nu har bjudit in exilprinsen till Sverige. Han ska tala inför riksdagen på måndag. Och Romina Pourmokhtari, hon är med på samma noter.
Han vill alltså inte vara någon slags prins eller kung, utan han vill leda Iran till en sekulär demokrati.
Och sympatisk han låter, eller hur? Han börjar växa på mig också. Jag börjar tycka om honom mer och mer ju mer jag säger om honom. Man förstår varför han har support från så många iranier i Sverige. Men, kan man också undra, är det inte lite vågat? Förstår varför han har support från så många iranier i Sverige. Men, kan man också undra, är det inte lite vågat att så helhjärtat ställa sig bakom
helhjärtat. Wholehearted, helhjärtat.
En man vars enda merit
vars enda merit
är att han är son till en tidigare kung.
Till en tidigare kung.
Skulle någon våga ställa sig bakom revykungen i Ystads son? Alltså jag känner inte honom, men något skit finns det säkert där. Jag bara säger att om man stöttar på alla...
Något skit.
Alltså jag känner inte honom, men något skit finns det säkert där.
Finns det säkert. Något skit finns det säkert där. Något skit finns det säkert där.
Jag bara säger att om man stöttar Pahlavi Junior så får man verkligen hoppa att hans farsa var en riktig praktgubb. Och då undrar man, vad var egentligen Iran för paradis under hans välde?
Ett Iran som var tydligt vänt mot väst. En tid många idag ser i ett nostalgiskt skimmer. Inga slöjor, korta klänningar och så vidare. Men shahens Iran var också djupt odemokratiskt och extremt ojämlikt. Några badade i lyx och överflöd. Som shah.
Jämlikt. And there's also jämställdhet. Jämställd. There's different words for like equality.
Till exempel. Samtidigt levde miljoner i djupaste armod.
Allt var inte bättre för det är lätt att...
Samtidigt levde miljoner i djupaste armod.
I thought that was a German word. Armut auf Deutsch. Armut. Oh, I didn't know this word. Armut. Yeah, Armut in German. Armut.
Allt var inte bättre för det är lätt att tro det när man ser bilder på hur sådana rysligt korta klänningar de hade i Iran på den tiden. Jag har faktiskt hela veckan undersökt exakt hur... Skitsamma. Men faktiskt hela veckan undersökt exakt hur klänningar de hade i Iran. För det är lätt att tro det när man ser bilder på hur sådana rysligt korta klänningar...
Ryslig var detta. Ryslig. I didn't know what is this word. Ryslig. Didn't know that one. Horribly. Rysligt. Korta.
De hade i Iran på den tiden. Jag har faktiskt hela veckan undersökt exakt hur...
Okej, jag kan inte
men när allt som allt så var det ganska...
Allt som allt, right? Allt som allt. Ja, allt som allt.
Ganska eländigt ändå under den äldre shahens tid. När allt som allt så var det ganska eländigt ändå.
Det var ganska eländigt. I didn't know this one either. Eländigt. It's like German eländigt.
Under den äldre shahens tid vid makten. För även då var det avrättningar och tortyr på schemat. Och visst, Pahlavi Junior är inte nödvändigtvis en kopia av sin avrättningar och tortyr på schemat. Visst, Pahlavi Junior är inte nödvändigtvis en kopia av sin far. Men samtidigt har sonen aldrig tagit avstånd.
Aldrig tagit avstånd.
Från sin pappas regim. Är det då en drömkandidat? Det finns de som tvivlar. Carl Vincent
tvivlar.
Reimers från Timbro, han skriver exempelvis att det är svårt att förstå hur demokrati ska komma ur att låta ättlingarna till en brutal regim återfå makten. Och det här har faktiskt skapat en spricka även bland svensk-iranierna. Alla är inte lika heltaggade på den här killen. Vi har en grupp som vill ha Pahlavi vid makten och en grupp som säger gärna frihet, men vi har högre krav på en ledare
gärna frihet
än att han kan säga orden. Och en grupp som säger gärna frihet, men vi har högre krav på en ledare än att han kan säga ordet demokrati. Men Ebba Busch, hon har tydligt valt sin häst.
Marbar diktator Javid Shah.
Det kan vara pollen eller någonting att hon... Men varenda rimlig människa vill väl ha regimskifte eller någonting att hon... Men varenda rimlig människa...
What? Regim? Nope. Varenda rimlig?
Vill väl... Det kan vara pollen eller någonting att hon... Men varenda rimlig människa...
Rimlig människa. Men varenda rimlig människa. Rimlig. Rimlig. Sensible. Rimlig, right?
Vill väl ha
varenda rimlig människa.
Regimskifte i Iran. Jag bara undrar hur klokt det egentligen är att så tydligt omfamna idén att sonen till Iran. Jag bara undrar hur klokt det egentligen är att så tydligt omfamna
Omfamna. I don't know omfamna. Omfamna, okej. Embrace, omfamna idén.
Idén att skifte i Iran. Jag bara undrar hur klokt det egentligen är att så tydligt omfamna idén att sonen till en störtad diktator ska få ta över. Jag menar, hur tydligt omfamna idén att sonen till en störtad diktator ska få ta över. Jag menar, hur säker är Ebba egentligen på att han inte bara säger vackra ord om frihet och demokrati nu, men att han sen vid makten visar sig vara ännu en skurk? Eller så är han räddningen. Eller så är Ebba på väg att göra samma misstag som vänstern ofta gör. Ni vet, eller så är han räddningen. Eller så är Ebba på väg att göra samma misstag som vänstern ofta gör. Ni vet, som när Jonas Sjöstedt slog fast att Hugo Chavez ger väldigt mycket att inspireras av. Och sen fick äta upp det i många år. Allt det där är svårt att veta i dagsläget. Själv är jag alldeles för oinsatt för att tydligt ta det i många år. Allt det där är svårt att veta i dagsläget. Själv är jag alldeles för oinsatt för att tydligt ta ställning. Men om jag hade valt en enda iranier och ställa mig helhjärtat bakom, så hade jag valt den rättmätiga Shahen. Alltså Shahen Banan. Inte Pahlavi, inte regimen och definitivt inte min tandläkare. Marbar diktator David Shahen Banan.
Oh my god. It's short and sweet. It's pretty funny. What I miss? Another Frenchman, Kort. I'm not sure which is from which. Is it from French or is it the other way around? Kort. Som tysk ryggrad. I don't know that one either. I don't know anatomy. This is fun. Is it fun? Hello, Kamil. Long time no see. Shema. Okay. As I said, I'm gonna have to try to summarize the two videos, at least clips that I've watched in Swedish. Så i den första videon så såg vi vad är hans namn? Manfred gå till den han säger att han ska gå till den sämsta McDonald'sen i Sverige, men i den första delen så gick han till den bästa enligt det korrekt. Enligt Google betyg, recensioner, maybe betyg. Så han och hans vän gick in i McDonald'sen och åt några saker. Men han tycker att maten är bra. Kvaliteten är bra. Är hög. Börjaren är varm och pommesen är också crispy. Så han gillade maten, men han tror inte att what is the shop? Restaurangen eller butiken. Så restaurangen, han tror inte att restaurangen är så stor som det sägs på Google. Han tycker att den är egentligen väldigt liten, och den är också inte den bästa McDonald'sen, inte Sveriges bästa McDonald's, men det är en bra upplevelse. I den andra videon talas om iranier i Sverige, för att det är många iranier som kritiserar den iranska regimen, den iranska regimen. De blir hotade av staten. Till exempel Iran regimen vill betala gängskriminella. Nej, andra människor för att skada dem. Så regimen hotar att den ska betala gängskriminella för att skada de här människorna som är regimkritisk. What? Kritisk. What? How do you say this word? Where's the stress? Does that make sense? Kritiska, regimkritiska. Så även i Sverige så känns de inte så trygga, säkra. Och programledaren eller programmet också talar också om att många iranier i Sverige stödjer den tidigare iranska prinsen för att han ska komma tillbaka att bli ledaren av Iran av landet. Men han säger att vi ska inte vara så säkra att den här prinsen ska bli den bra ledaren bara för att han är sonen till den tidigare diktatören. Men det är många iranier i Sverige. Det finns många iranier i Sverige och också några svenskar som har tagit en ställning och stödjer honom. Så det är sammanfattningen. I think it's sammanfattningen av videorna som jag sett. That's so weird. Like sometimes it just flows. Sometimes it just doesn't flow at all. Like you can see like half of that was like it just, and then half of that was like what the fuck is this word? What am I saying? Du har glömt att det fanns en så i den första videon. Det fanns en så, men jag intresserades inte så mycket av son. Så jag glömde inte den. Jag bara skippade över. Eller hur sägs det? Ska jag säga skippa? Eller ignorerade. Ja, den. Men det är sant. Det är inte så mycket som hände i den första videon. Det blir bara de gick in i McDonald'sen och åt. Det är det som hände. Hoppa över. Okej, hoppa. Hoppa. I love this. It's false friend between Swedish and Danish, I think, right? Because hoppa is hope in Danish. Hoppa. Jag bara hoppade över son. jag fann det inte så intressant. Jag fann den inte så intressant. Oh yeah, Swedish is the language that skips an E in intressant. Intressant. I do remember this. Every time I use intressant in any other language like French or German, I'm like, yup, it is not Swedish. There is two E's in there. Hoi. Okay, so I think that was my practice. Do you think I did well for someone trying to urgently revive my languages? I don't know how much I can do within the next couple of weeks, and I also have my thesis to finish. How much time has it been? I actually promised quite early on that we might actually switch to something else today. If we have the time left, so let me see how much have we got. It's in 2.5 hours. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do like watch some Hong Kong sign as a treat. You know, I know Michelle's not here anymore, but I think I did pretty good in that. At least I felt pretty good because of how brave I was. How do you say brave in Swedish? Modig. I felt so brave, showing off how bad my Swedish is on camera. So I think I'm gonna watch some Hong Kong sign as a treat. The Welsh suppression seems to be going well. Never thought I'd say that sentence. Yes, I do need to suppress the Welsh. That went well. I think when I was doing that summary, the only Welsh word that crept into my head was nei. So it's a little conjunction words, because I think those are the words that you use most unconsciously. So I kept trying to say nei when I should say eller. But other than that, I didn't have any other Welsh words when I was doing that. Maybe that's what happens when I've been watching Swedish for an extended period of time. I've been, shadowing parts of that parts of the videos, and then afterwards I'm able to remain in Swedish. Oh, do you want to see me try to speak Welsh now? Dwi'n gallu dechrau trio siarad Cymraeg? No. I will still want to Swedish again. I want to say det inte så svårt. Det är ddim mor anodd. O'n eisiau deud bod I ddim yn anodd, ond it's always the conjunction, that's conjunctions, yeah. Ond nes I methu aros yn y Gymraeg ar ôl siarad cymaint o Swedeg o flaen y camera. So no, I'm trying to speak Welsh now. Go away, Swedish. So mae gen I lot I baratoi, lot I ymarfer. A mae'n gallu gwahanu'r y ddwy iaith. Dwi ddim yn gwybod pam. Does dim cymaint o pethau tebyg rhwng y ddwy. A dwi'n gallu... I need to stop saying R. R is a trap. R is a trap. Because R is very uniquely Swedish. Yes, whenever you hear me say R, that's when my brain was trying to go into Swedish. That's how you know. Because R is... It's like, I don't know. Because the word for yes in Swedish is ja, but lots of Swedes just say R. And it's been so deeply ingrained in my head. So when I start to go into Swedish, I go R, det är det. So... No, I can't go back now. It is, yeah, it might be the weirdest feeling I have like throughout my experience learning languages. I will get there eventually. I think I'll get there eventually. I mean, all the polyglots have to do that anyway. It's probably not unique to have this problem, but it is interesting. Okay, as I said, I'm going to. This is the part of the stream where I just chill and do something I like doing rather than do something that I think I need to do. Where is that tab? I'm gonna do more of that off screen, by the way. I'm not gonna just do that while I'm on the stream, because I need to do more of that as much as I can before I go and start learning Icelandic through Swedish. Okay, I'll watch some of this. As a treat, let's do this. This is that's so loud. Is it loud? How loud is it? Actually, how loud? Is my desktop audio at maximum right now? Usually, it's not on maximum. Does dim lot Cymraeg? Oes beti eisiau deud? Does dim lot Cymraeg? Mae'n lot o Gymraeg. Ond Gymraeg. Mae'n y gair lot yn Gymraeg. Dwi'n gallu siarad Cymraeg, man. TV. Oh, that's that new. Oh, that means lucky in BSL. New. That's program. So sign language program. Titled. New. Learn. My name. Deaf. I'm also deaf. Let's see if we've got subs. Yep, there's subs. No, that's not subs at all. To program. Program. What is this? I don't know what this is. Who learn sign language? So it's program altogether 10. Goal. That's goal. Oh, that's BSL. So that this is the Hong Kong sign. Okay, so think the goal. Think goal. BSL. That's this achieve the goal. Basic. That's same. Basic. Basic. Conversation. Program. Title. I don't know what this is. Program. A topic. I guess different. Topic. Different. Vocabulary teach. No. I don't know what this is. Vocabulary teach, maybe. And then learn can. Remember, help you remember. What is that? Help you remember. Oh, if you see this, learn right now. Oh, remember now. Oh, so that's first in Hong Kong sign, because my Hong Kong friends were like signing this for first. I'm like, I don't. It took me a while to get what that was. So first in BSL, first in Hong Kong sign. Topic. Hello. Socializing. What's... Wait, hold on. What's that? What's that hand? So like 2 fingers? Yeah. Sign names. Now. Oh, now. Okay, now it's easy. Now. Now. First? First again. Now. Oh, first of all, I guess. Teach. Oh, that's word. Okay, that's word. Yep, that's word. And short phrases. Word, short phrases. Now. Oh, start. Okay, so that's start. That's day in BSL. You can understand Chinese? What do you mean? I need to translate everything for you guys though, so that's a fun part. It's probably a very different experience learning a second sign language, because like I only know one sign language, and then I can like it's hard to not mentally compare everything to the new sign language, or from the new one to the old one. I know this one. We all know this one. Thank you. So how are you? Thank you. Wait. Oh, wait. What about the... I need to look at the lip pattern. Sorry. Yeah, that's pretty intuitive. Sorry. Oh, wait. I thought that meant like free. So that's like, doesn't... it's fine. It's okay. Don't worry. Sorry. Don't worry. So feel free, I guess. Deaf. You're gonna say for some reason. Deaf. Okay. There is also stuff I know already. There's hearing. I'm hearing. Yep. Skip. Oh, that's lip reading. Because I was signing this to my friends last night and they were like, what is this? The Hong Kong sign's this one. Sign, skip, skip, skip. Now learn sign. Me now learn sign. The sign. No, no. No little. Me sign no little. No, no little. Meet. Yep. Two eyes see each other. Do you hate spoken language for the same reason? I hate sign language because they aren't the same everywhere. Yeah, that's a cool conversation to be having. I love languages because they're different. Hey peeps, Mikachu. Hello Mikachu. This is a very different part of the stream, but you know, you're just here hanging out with me, so what can I say? Taiwan, so you might know that's Hong Kong sign. That's Hong Kong sign. Oh, but I see why you'd think that. Yeah, completely different though. Taiwanese sign is from Japanese sign, so that's a completely different family. It's interesting. So happy meet you. Oh wait, no, I need to lip pattern. Hi Sam. Oh, what's this? Long time? Oh, yeah, because this is a lot of time. A lot of time, see nothing. So long time, see no. Okay, long time no see. Long time, see no. What's a lip pattern? Okay. Bye-bye. Okay, that's pretty self-explanatory. Bye-bye. Oh, that was not part of it. Okay, again. Wait, hold on. Shooting this way. Oh, so you do like all of you. All of you. Clear? Clear. BSL, this is clear. Hong Kong sign, this is clear. Clear, clear. Ting Cho. Is it practice? I'm guessing this is practice. Practice, I guess. Maybe. Okay, that's more like cultural things. I know that already. I mean, I can still watch. I'm trying to understand what they're signing. Why do I have to learn different sign languages to speak to the same type of people? What are you talking about? Someone explain the situation to Amma. What are you talking about? Learn sign one first. Why do you have to learn multiple languages to speak to the same type of people? That's exactly what the English people say. It's all foreigners. Why do you have to learn multiple foreign languages? Why can't everyone just speak English, right? Learn sign first. Do what? Oh, what's that? Of course. I guess, of course. Of course. Sign name. Sign name, what is sign? What? Name. Oh, is that difference? Difference? What difference? What? Sign name. Deaf. Community. Okay. That's how that's like woman in Newcastle, because Newcastle signs like this is woman. Sign name deaf, community, person. Oh, think of a I don't know what this is. Think. What? Oh. I think this is like the method. I think this method. I think I've heard of this one. Fun fact, yeah, method. What's a method? How to think of a sign name? Usually. No, that's appearance. Appearance, look, interest, personality. Oh, example. Example. Appearance, interest, personality. For example, my sign name this. What? Wait, what's my sign name? What? Whoa, what is that sign? How do you sign? Why? Ooh, okay. Why? Eyes of the shape. That's sometimes, I guess sometimes, maybe. Oh, right, Chinese, yeah, of course it's Chinese. Chinese, English, name, change to sign name. For example, sign name. Oh, that's why. For example, my sign name is this. Why? My name, Chinese. Oh, okay. Now, learn. Wait, what? What is this? That's Y in BSL. What is that in Hong Kong sign? Oh, hold on. I know that one. I think that self-introduction. Your sign name what? My sign name is this. Sign name, you think bin, you think finish. Now to the next part. Okay, no, what again? Everyone sign name think finish. Then we, I guess, go to the sign name. It's the sign knowledge. Okay, I think that's it for today. It's been a while. This is the kind of stuff I do to relax. You know, I watch stuff to learn languages to relax. Now the proper work things is I learn Swedish. Oh, I mean, I also do my studies. But I learn Swedish, and then for my relaxation, I learn other things. For the same reason we learn different languages, speak to hearing type of people. Yeah, cultural differences mean that one sign language isn't suitable for all countries. Not to mention how hard it is to keep one language the same across the world. It's literally impossible. We can't even keep the same language the same across the UK. Like, bro, have you heard the Scousers speak? Nobody understands what they're saying, right? So same in BSL. Nobody understands what the Scousers are signing. So it's a exact same phenomenon, except it's even harder to keep sign language consistent than spoken languages, because spoken languages are generally also written, and so people like the standardized written language will help reduce the differences in dialects and variations, but because sign languages are not written down, that's even easier for them to like diverge and become very different. The sign languages aren't just an extension of spoken language. Yep, it's not useful to think of signing people as one type of people. Yeah, that's what we keep learning, right? Don't group every single person in this with the same characteristic as one type of people. That's kind of the message that we keep sending. You know, just because they all have this one characteristic doesn't mean they're all just one group. They're all very different, and different people express themselves differently, especially with German sign and a lot of signs being differentiated only by the word you're mouthing. Signs remind me a little bit of how kanji work, if that makes sense. That's an interesting comparison. Yeah, I mean, in BSL we have the same problem. In BSL there's a lot of signs where it's the same sign and then you mouth something different. I see. The thing is, sometimes I'm like, so are they the same sign or not? Because imagine if I didn't know English and I only signed BSL, and it's the same sign, like with related meaning. So if I don't mouth it, I can kind of still get the point across. So I don't know. The relationship between sign languages and spoken languages are extremely interesting, because it can also vary between the kind of person who's signing, because some deaf people who speak better will sign differently from deaf people who speak less. It's all very individualized. It's fascinating as fuck. It's like saying, indicating there are different types of people is bad. There are different types of people across the world, and that's fine. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There are 10 types of people. Those who understand binary and those who don't. Good one. In DGS, mostly, it's used to be the same word, and they try to make it distinct. Yeah, there's also a thing called relay interpreters, where it's sometimes... So a hearing person will interpret from a spoken language to the sign language. But then sometimes there are some concepts that are quite nuanced in the spoken language, and they would depend on like the mouthing to make the differences. Whereas actually the nuances are not as crucial to the thing being said. So there's a relay interpreter to change the language, the sign language, to a different register where it's more intuitive for deaf people to understand. So that's also quite an interesting thing. Yeah, I'm still exploring the different varieties in BSL, and it's so fascinating how the spoken language influences it. Sometimes it's vocabulary, sometimes it's the way something is expressed. Like for even just like, I don't know, dates and things. The weekdays and months are all fingerspelt in BSL, and then my Hong Kong deaf friends are like, oh, what are you doing? Why is there so many letters? Why can't you just number them? Like with characters getting random, attached historically. Oh yeah. Anyway, I think that will be it for today. Thank you so much for joining me, especially I think some people are here for the first time to see me doing some Swedish. I think it might have been I missed some chat on Twitch again. I need to look at that chat more often. It's just I can't watch two chats at the same time, and it's quite tempting to ignore the Twitch chat just because there's like fewer people. Usually there's nobody there, but I'm glad someone showed up on Twitch today. So I hope that we'll get some more viewers over there, so I have more of an incentive to watch both at the same time. So I was saying, so for people who came in late today, maybe you don't know the context, you know why I'm doing Swedish, like what my level is, might be quite confusing how much I understand and how little I speak. If you want to know why I kind of am very good and very bad at Swedish at the same time, you can check out the explanation earlier today on this stream. And as usual, if you want to support me, there is always the little donation link here. Any bit helps, especially I have to go to the Polyglot Gathering this year, and then I have to live in Iceland. So na razie, danke für den Stream. Vi ses. Yep, I will see you another time. Thanks.